That let me see, is that mine is too melty to do that. I can't do it. Mine.
Let's see. Okay, there. Oh no! It didn't do it.
Jesse won this one in Japan. It's so you can put all of your. It's actually pretty. It's pretty soft.
It is soft.
I don't know if it's like a coin purse. I don't imagine you would fit too many coins in here though. I feel like it's not practical. Shetland? Did that say Shetland is approaching? But then they bounced around Asia though. But
What's going on?
welcome to PC Engine. I am Saru.
But are you down for Five Guys as graphics? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I get sick there too though.
Oh.
But I would rather eat Five Guys than
the
than
food.
In-N-Out.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes, the food. Ah, fuck! I died.
Hey Panda,
Oh,
are
shit.
you hungry for some?
For some what?
So good.
So I can drape it like right here, you know, so that it's like right
Yeah.
here, right? So like. My hat. My hat.
Monkey engine, ooh yeah, but this ain't Yuki, no, 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 no. Monkey engine, ooh yeah, some weird monkey creature thing, whoa.
pickle.
Did you not? Oh no! You dropped your pickle. Oh shit! I missed this thing. I feel like we even mentally prepared for it, and yet, we're still terrified by it. Jesse even said, "She's like, no, he dropped his pickle.
My pickle.
Oh, his pickle." Jesse dropped his
my
pickle.
pickle on the floor.
I can get in. I like how it was like, in stereo. Seals in stereo.
Ow! Oh no! I hit my head. Oh,
you okay?
Greg Kamado here. Yeah.
He's now. Is that mine is too melty to do that.
Right.
I can't do it. Mine.
Let's see. Okay. There. Oh no! It didn't do it.
Jesse won this one in Japan. It's so you can put all of your. It's actually pretty. It's pretty soft.
It is.
I don't know if it's like a coin purse. I don't imagine you would fit too many coins in here though. I feel like it's not practical. Shetland? Did that say Shetland is approaching? But then they bounced around Asia though. But they
What's going?
welcome. You see engine. I am Maru.
But are you down for Five Guys as graphics gear?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I get sick there too though.
Oh.
But I would rather eat Five Guys than
the
than
food.
In-N-Out.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes, the food. Ah, fuck! I died.
Hey Panda,
Oh,
are
shit.
you hungry for some?
For some what?
So I can drape it like right here, you know, so that it's like right
Yeah.
here, right? So like. My hat. My hat. Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome to SaruShow, the one day of the week where we pick a subject, we answer the questions. I don't know where we're going. You guys answer the question we ask every week. I messed up the intro. Welcome in everybody. How are you guys doing? How is everyone's Saturday going? I got to work not too long ago. Got home from work not too long ago, so my brain's still kind of like it's all over the place right now. I'm not in the zone yet, but I will be soon. So forgive me. Forgive me. I brought my soda. Do you see
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I am ready. I have my caffeine. I'm here. What is up? Welcome in, everybody. Let's go ahead and take a quick look and see who is in the chat. Scruffy looking RGB says, "Let's go, Saru." Welcome into Scruffy. The Pope blesses the chat. Welcome into the Pope. Enough Dragon is here. Ando Gamer is here. Says Kirby plus Saru fingers equals yummy tip of the eye. Radrick is here. Says evening Saru crew. Daniel Barry, welcome. Says happy Saturday. Inu Bay says, is this the real life? Or is this fantasy? I just ate Thanksgiving leftovers. I'm full. Yum. What did you have? What did you have? Did you make turkey sandwiches? Saru looks healthier now. What does that mean? Man, you know what? What I don't look like is... I don't look like I've groomed. My
You
beard
said you
is
looked
like...
like a slob before. Just kidding.
My beard is like, it's crazy. I haven't really like... Normally I'll like condition and comb my beard and stuff. But now like I'll wake up and just go to work and then come home. So yeah. And now YouTube has demonetized Saru. Matthew, welcome in. How you doing, Matthew? Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. We had asked you guys last SaruShow, which was a while ago at this point. Let me pick a different soundtrack. Mega Man is kind of loud.
It is, yeah.
It's very busy. This is the Mega Man X soundtrack, but it's very busy. Let's get something more chill. This is very doom and gloom. Let's see, do we have... Where is it? There we go. Alright. I'm gonna listen to something a bit more chill. There we go. This makes it easier. Alright. Final Fight music, says Matthew. Yeah, we can do Final Fight music. We'll start with this for a little bit before everything goes crazy. Mega Man X music is the tits. It is. It's... Oh, thank you, Matthew!
Oh, Russ.
You.
Oh, Ross!
Happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone in the
Oh no,
chat.
I read that as Matthew.
Hope everyone is doing well.
It's because of
The last name I saw
yeah.
was on Matthew. Thank you, Russ. I appreciate that. Kumaro Games, welcome in. How you doing? It's been so long. I haven't seen Russ in a while. How
Russ.
you been doing?
Russ says, yo, happy Thanksgiving to you and everyone in the chat. Hope everyone's doing well.
Likewise, thank you, Russ. I appreciate it. Welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? Anyhow, hope you're doing well. Haven't talked to Russ in a while. Hope everything is good. Karate Wolf, what's up? He says, "Hail chat. What is up, Karate Wolf? Welcome in. How you doing?" Sorry, Jesse. Good Mo.
What's up, Scruffy?
Yo, doing good. Just been taking time off, but all is good. Hey, time off is good. Sometimes you gotta take some decompression time. You gotta decompress. If we get 1,000 tonight, Saru and Jesse will leave for Japan tomorrow. And I'll shave my beard. Should I do that? If we reach that goal, I shave my beard. I don't know. I've never seen my face under the beard. My beard is older than some of my friends that I know. I have like friends who are younger, right? Who are just happen to be into video games that are old. But they're like 20, right? And 22 and 23. Dude, I've had my beard for 26 years. And I'm like, my beard is older than you. And then that's always the joke, right? Because like I'll make fun of like these 20-somethings. And I'm like, shut up, my beard is older than you. That's always the joke. Shut up. I have facial hair older than you. Shave the beard, naked Saru face, Dios mío. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, obviously. This is an arbitrary goal. We're not actually trying to get that. But obviously if we do leave to Japan tomorrow. Could you imagine? we leave to Japan next week. Sorry guys, I guess we're going to Japan next week. I'll just tell work, hey, something came up, I gotta go to Japan. Saru's beard manifested itself when it was 3 months old. It manifested in the womb. I was actually born from a ball of hair. And then I just kind of formed into a human. Let's witness Saru ego death, Mr. Hige. I know, this is part of me. Seriously,
So, if you reach the goal, you would have to go to Japan without your beard.
That's true. That's true. How weird is that gonna look? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna use like the razor, but I'm gonna shave it using the trimmer all the way down. So my face is just gonna have like this kind of, see the stubble that's like right here. Oh my god,
what's up,
that
Sasquatch?
would be crazy. Did someone mention ball of hair? First I read that. Did someone mention ball hair? Speaking of balls of hair, what's up, Sasquatch? Welcome in. It's a wild Sasquatch from the forest. Welcome in. How you doing, Sasquatch? What are you up to?
We have balls of hair.
You guys
gotta like scrub the floor and you get some.
I know, that's true. Jesse sheds all the time. Jesse's always shedding. Like, not so much now. In the summertime, Jesse is shedding like crazy. Yeah, in the summer, Jesse's always shedding. Alright, let's look for some Final Fight music. Some Final Fight music for Matthew. Let's do Final Fight. Maybe Final Fight CD would be cool. We'll do Final Fight CD.
What's up, the King of Hades? Welcome in. Who else did I? Let's see. I'll look to see who else I'm missing.
This music.
Daniel Barry, welcome in. The Pope. Let's see.
I said hi to everybody except for
okay.
the King of Hades is the only new person here, and Sasquatch. A sassy
Squatch.
Welcome in, King of Hades. How you doing? I heard pandas are mulch all year round.
Yes.
Imagine Saru having to explain the passport difference. Oh my god, you're right. I'm going to be an alarm at the thing because like the facial recognition only recognizes. You're right.
That should be fun.
That will make security weird. That will be weird. All right. We're listening to some Final Fight music for Matthew, and then we'll listen to other stuff later. All right. So we had asked you guys, what's your favorite game? Wait, no, that is wrong. The question is, what was the first game you ever rented?
Oh, sorry. Gotta change that.
If you can remember that. If you can remember that far. It's funny because I could not remember. And then we started talking about it that one day when we talked about what we were going to do. And then I started remembering. And I'm pretty sure the first one I ever rented was Mickey Mouse Capades. And being horribly disappointed with it. I think that was my first game. I think that was the first game I ever rented. It's quite possible. Quite possibly. King of Hades says Castlevania. You're kind of young. Would it have been Super Castlevania for you? Or which Castlevania? Butt stuffed pizza.
Butt stuffed pizza. Hell yeah.
That's my favorite pizza. Let's talk more about that. All right. Let's see here. Getting into it. What was the first game you ever rented? Number 1 comes to us from the Pope. The Pope, who is always here to bless the chat, says, I don't remember. I'm 44 now, and I was 6 or 7 when I rented my first games. I don't even remember the first game I downloaded on Game Pass, and that was less than a decade ago. The only game I remember renting was Solar Jetman on the NES, and I hated how it controlled. Wasn't the first, but only one I remember. I also have memories of renting Capcom's Rolling Thunder at home, codenamed Viper, Beyond that, the mind is totally blank. The video store in town is a Chinese restaurant now. The other place I rented games from is an urgent care, and the pet store is where the Blockbuster was, says the Pope. Man, yeah, I should have said, what is the first game you remember renting? Would have been better. Yeah, that would have been better. Because, like, a lot of us, you know, I barely remember. And I want to say it was Mickey Mouse Capades, but then I'm like, was it or was it Mappyland? I don't remember. Or was it Tom Sawyer? I'm trying to remember what, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was Mickey Mouse Capades. Or maybe that's just the one I remember because I hated it so much. I hated that game. I know, man. I was like, man, this game sucks.
Well, this is kind of a good question. Could people be like, was it this one or was it that one?
I know. By the way, you still have the chance to answer the actual question on the form in the description if you want to be entered in for the giveaways. You can still enter it that way. And I will read them as long as you do it before the first half of this show. We just started the show, so if anyone's coming in and still wants to answer the question using the Google form so that you're entered in the video game giveaway and the prize giveaway, you can still do so. You just have to do it down at the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and get into the next one. Number 2 comes to us from Matthew Kelly. Matthew Kelly says, Luigi's Mansion at Blockbuster. It was the first video game I rented as a kid, and it was a pretty good game that later It was a pretty good game that later bought a copy to complete the game, says Matthew Kelly. Very cool. Wow, Luigi's Mansion. So I'm guessing at Blockbuster. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, huh? Because like Blockbuster was renting games pretty much all the way up until
the end.
Yeah, up until
our last one here was 2014. Remember 2013?
Yeah, the last Blockbuster we had closed here. Yeah, in 2014.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Saru Mouse Fetish, Mickey Mappy. Oh. Maybe. All right, very good. Let's see. Next one. Number 2. What was the first game you rented or remember renting? Number 3 comes to us from Screw the Net. Screw the Net says, now that is a doozy of a pregunta. I feel like it was a Sega Genesis game because we rented Castlevania Bloodlines all the time because I loved it. Such a great game, to be honest. Even by 1996, 1997, when we already had PlayStation, we rented Bloodlines. Then we would rent random games like Resident Evil 2 or 3 or something random. Never needed to rent many games since I liked the ones that I had already played. Be well, Saru Panda and crew. Hope you all had a nice turkey day. A happy turkey day, as Jesse would say.
Oh, yeah.
That's Jesse's song. Happy Turkey Day.
I got it from American Anime Family Values.
Oh, really? It's funny because we don't even eat turkey. We never eat turkey. We always eat chicken. We didn't actually do anything this Thanksgiving because Jesse got sick to his stomach.
Yeah, I did.
He woke up feeling sick to his stomach, so I pretty much took care of him most of that day, and I made him soup and stuff. He's fine now, but like he woke up sickly, so I had to pet him and pick him up, and I burped him and everything. Panda is chicken. Panda chorro. Was it? It was like nausea and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
The Pope says pizza, rent a movie and a game on Friday night, wake up, watch cartoons, play the game until Sunday night, drop it off home, watch The Simpsons, school on Monday. Those were the days, says the Pope. Man, for reals.
Depression Monday.
I know, Sunday night was always depressing for me. I hated Sunday night. You know, it's like I had to go to,
Yeah. 8 p.m. The Simpsons, church maybe, and then go to bed at 10. It's like, fuck. It's like Saturday cool, and then at the night, it's like, okay.
Yeah, Friday, you're like, yeah, and then like Saturday's like, cool, and then Sunday starts, you're like, it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the end.
But it's weird because there'll be times where Monday, you'll have a day off on Monday, right? You'll have 3-day weekend. But it didn't feel like, even though it was a 3-day weekend, it didn't feel as depressing as if it was on Sunday.
It's
even
true.
Though we went to school on Tuesday.
I think Sunday school nights have permanently messed me up, says Mr. Swole. Man, I can't imagine what it'd be like to go to school. Could you imagine going to Sunday school, too?
Oh, no.
Like, you're going to school and then having to go to Sunday school, too? It's like, you only get one day. Oh, my gosh. Matthew says, hit the like button. Yes, if you're here and you're enjoying the show, or even if you're not, hit the like button. Even if you're not enjoying it, you can hit the dislike button. Just hit any button. It doesn't really matter. As long as YouTube sees that you guys are doing something, whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, YouTube likes that. YouTube likes the attention. It's an attention whore.
I had church, Sunday school church.
Oh, did you?
It was annoying.
Yeah, I went to church too, and it was like, it didn't
It
last
was like
long,
a class, yeah, me
thankfully.
either. I was asking questions that I wasn't supposed to ask.
Yeah.
Just to get kicked out.
Yeah, church was a very short time, thankfully. My junior and senior year of high school, I went to school 6 days a week. Oh my gosh. Yeah, oh, probably because, like, did you need to, like, catch up? See, I would just ditch school all the time. I was not a good student. My life was too, like, hectic and weird. So I needed to go to the Church of Bacon as a kid. I kind of want to join the Church of Bacon.
We need to check it.
We're gonna check out the Church of Bacon. Maybe we'll join the Church of Bacon one of these days, just to see what it's like.
United Church of Bacon.
Well, yeah, the United Church of Bacon. I think, isn't it out of Vegas? Is it out of Vegas? Prim. It's out of Prim.
No, that's the prim, like when you go in. It's here in Vegas.
Oh, it is here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Interesting. How funny. All right, you guys. Me and Jesse are gonna join the Church of Bacon. We will be your eyes on the inside. It'll be a whole thing. All right, let's get back to the question. What was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Number 4 comes to us from Cybergirl007. Cybergirl says, if I remember correctly, it might have been Mega Man 1 for the NES. Cool. That was one I didn't rent. Welky says, Wizard and Warriors for the NES I rented the most. Man, I remember renting that one a lot too when I was a kid.
What's up, Elvis Roa?
Elvis Raul, what's up? How you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, that one is one I remember renting that one. I remember renting freaking Wizard and Warriors and freaking Wizard and Warriors 2 with Fabio on the cover. Do you guys remember that? Fabio was on the cover. Let's see here. Damn, that is the same one I answered, says Karate Werewolf. Nice! So, good night, King of Hades. I just want to pop in. I hope everyone has a good night. Good night.
Good night, King of Hades.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good slip. Alright, moving on. Same question. Number 5 comes to us from Superboo85. Superboo says, honestly, the only game I remember renting was Wolverine on the NES. Didn't have a good time with that one, sadly. My dad didn't really like the whole renting thing, and mixed with our not so fun time with Wolverine, I think we just kind of gave up after renting. Or, I'm sorry, just kind of gave up on renting after that, is what he said. I get it. Whoa, Matthew, thank you for the 66 months with Saru and his love for On the Queen. Thank you, Matthew, I appreciate it. Damn, 66 months? Where does the time go? That's like 4 years already. Right? Dang. Almost.
More.
Right? 66
No,
years old?
4.
Oh, no.
48 out, 48 is
5 years.
5
years? Math not good, dude, Saru. That's why you stay in school, kids. That's why you don't ditch school like Saru did. Saru ditched a lot of school. Saru didn't complete high school. I got as far as the 10th grade, and then that was it. Alright. Scruffy says, hey, Saru, just picked up Shubibin Man 3 and played through it to the end. 30 minutes of fun, a little on the easy side, but cute graphics and stuff. I know, that's the only thing about the game. I feel like the game is too easy. Did you try playing it again on hard? I feel like if you play it on hard, it's more like normal, sort of. But anyway, guys, if you're in here and you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and hit that like, excuse me, I had to burp. Go ahead and hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it if you're new here. And you like this kind of discussions. We do these every Saturday, these kinds of discussions. Go ahead and give us a sub. I would greatly appreciate it. We're a channel that's been around for a long time, but we're growing ever so slowly because I'm a bad Saru that doesn't upload stuff often. And I upload very few and far in between. Lately, I used to upload a lot more, but I don't have a lot of time to do so. Let's see here. Third Ship Bippin Man is the best in the series, in my opinion. I agree. Yeah, the Third Ship Bippin Man is really good. 2 is good too. I don't know. I actually like all the games except the first one. I feel like the first one was a throwaway game because it was really old. But other than that... Oh! Matthew's a kind fellow. Thank you, Matthew.
Scruffy.
Thank you, Scruffy. 35 months of Scruffuless RGB. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy, yeah, because we've known Scruffy for a long time too, huh?
Yeah.
Man, we gotta make a Tokyo trip again so we can go see Scruffy.
Yep.
At least have an afternoon of donuts. Have an afternoon of donuts with Scruffy. That's what we were trying to do. That I was like, man, if I had the money, we were looking at tickets that leave like from Las Vegas next week are like $650. I don't know why they're so cheap. It's the cheapest I've ever seen them. But $650 from here to not Haneda, to Narita. Oh, Karate Werewolf. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in. We do have a lot of content that's behind the paywall. The stuff behind the paywall is not even game related. It's just stuff where we couldn't really like place anywhere else. But it is extra content.
It's funny. Some of it's funny.
Some of it's vlogs.
Some of the stuff that we've gone through, like our heater messing up our AC.
Yeah, random things. Behind the scenes stuff that's happening in our lives.
Personal life, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the personal stuff that's behind the membership stuff. So there are a lot of member videos. But if you're interested in like what the channel is video game stuff, you're not missing out. That's just if you want to see like extra stuff. $650. Wow, that's like 1 million. Yeah, I know, for Japan. But I mean, like for us, that's really good. You know what I mean? If I had the money, dude, I would be on a plane next week to Japan. I would be on a plane next week. I would do it
with graphics gear.
Graphics gear. Graphics gear is going to be there next week, I think. Or in 10 days? Something like that. I don't know. I think it's a week from now. The New England climate is similar to Japan, says the Pope. Alright, well, then I guess we'll just go to New England instead. Alright, cancel Japan trip. We're going to New England. Well, the Pope's going to take us to eat. That's the main thing for me. Is like, can I get good food? If you're new, stay when Saru and Jesse go to Japan. They live stream from Japan. We do. If you guys are new here and you enjoy content from Japan, we go to Japan as often as we can, honestly. And we do like gachapon hunts live. We do a lot of cool stuff. From Japan. It's a lot of fun. Alright, moving back to the question. We asked, what was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Number 6 comes to us from Yakup, aka Bort Jams. He says, for me, the first game I ever remember that I rented has to be Golden Compass on the NES for the Wii. My local Video Easy back when it was still a thing here in Australia. And I remember playing the game and enjoying it. If anyone has read the books, will understand the concept of the movie and its game adaptation, since it was released back in the early 2000s, with the actual book being called The Northern Lights, and it was written by Philip Pullman back in 1995, and then a few years later in 2007, it got a movie adaptation and a movie tie-in with a video game. Sorry, there were no commas, so I don't know where to stop. That is the craziest run-on sentence I've seen in a while, Bort. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's see here. Yeah, Korean barbecue, and there's an anime store in Mystic, Connecticut, and Cousins Pinball Museum. Ponders itinerary. Man, Korean barbecue, I'm sold. Seriously, freaking Korean barbecue. As long as a place has Korean barbecue, I'm there. Because that's like the most important thing. The most important thing is some sort of barbecued meat.
We got 20 answers.
Saru likes meat. Damn, we got 20 answers? Yeah. Well, we did skip like a week, didn't we? Like, we skipped like, what did we do? We skipped a week. By the way, Gachapon, if you guys are new, we also do Gachapon giveaways every single week. We bring Gachapon prizes from Japan and we stick them in our little Gachapon thing called Gachakun. He is a a mini gachapon thing. You don't have to show them.
No. It's gonna clean.
And usually we do that around the 10 answer mark, around the halfway point. So we still got a couple answers to read, and then we'll get there. Oh, here they are. They were just buried in trash.
Yeah. Or stuff.
Not trash, but you know, all of our games everywhere. There's an Argentine barbecue place around here too. Ooh. Dude, have you ever had Argentinian barbecue? Dude, la parrillada argentina, che. Dude, Argentinian barbecue is amazing. It's amazing. I've never been to Argentina. Okay, so like those of you who don't know who the hell I am, my parents are from Argentina. Well, my dad is like 100% Argentinian. My mom is like Argentine Italian, but we grew up mainly eating either Italian food or like Argentinian barbecue. Sometimes at my uncle's house. Rest his soul, he passed away. But dude, my uncle was amazing at the grill, a la parrillada. He was so good at it. Amazing stuff. But yeah, dude, Argentinian barbecue is a shit. We had, remember when we went to Mexico? We went to the Argentinian.
We also had it here too.
Did we?
Yeah, with your dad. We went to go pick it up.
We did. You're right. Yeah, with my dad. Mm-hmm. We had the Argentinian barbecue here, and it was amazing. Yeah, Argentinian barbecue is really good. They do wonders with meat. It's kind of expensive here, but it's good stuff. Saru will go to the New England. Excuse me, sorry, trap burp. Saru will go to New England if they have a mini stop combini. Yes, I need my sweet potato thing. Oh, Matthew! Look at Matthew. Nice. Yes. Thank you, Matthew. Matthew. Thank you. For all the gift subs. All right. Matthew's gifted 5 gift subs to the community. He's gifted a sub to Usagi no Mameta, to Barry Stroud, to Go Ducks Go, to Sweet Like Sugar, and to Torneco Talon. Torneco, the guy from Dragon Quest. Very cool. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Maddie Hypes, a Sasquatch. Thank you so much, Matthew, for gifting more subs to the community. I appreciate that. We've got some more members-only content going up. Random members-only videos. Thank you. GG Matthew says Nuff Dragon. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Moving on, we had asked you guys what was the first game you ever rented or remember renting. Number 7 comes to us from Nuff Dragon, aka Nuffy Nuff. Says first game I rented was Iron Sword for the NES. It was from a small one-room business with a few movies and games, which the owner was also a mechanic. Being 6 years old, I didn't get the game because it was the first vertical platformer I played. The cover of Conan is what had me sold. That's actually Fabio. Do you remember Fabio?
Oh yeah.
He did like Alberto VO5 commercials, and he would be like, "I'm Fabio," and then like flip his hair.
He's the guy who got hit by a seagull, right?
He did. He did. He did get hit by a seagull in the head. And his head was bleeding too. He got hit like the seagull,
in the nose, right, or something.
Yeah, he pierced his. It pierced his like. Dude, good thing it wasn't his eyes though. Yeah. Could you imagine? The nose heals. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, would have been horrible if he had been hit in the eye or something. So, lucky for him, he didn't get hit anywhere important. But yes, it was Fabio. Fabio was on the cover of Wizards and Warriors 2. And yes, he was hit by a runaway seagull. A flyaway seagull. I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's like, I can't believe it's not butter. That's right.
Remember we got one of that and we were like...
Yeah. We got some imitation brand, and it was absolutely terrible. It was like, whoa, this isn't butter. I'm like, yeah, it's not.
No shit.
No shit. No shit, it's not butter. It tastes like ass. All right, moving on. We got an answer from Hey Sorrel. Hey Sorrel. Sorrel answered with, first game she remembers renting was Super Mario Brothers 2 on the NES. Rented it from a service station. That's so cool. I wonder how that worked. I'm now curious to know. I don't think Sorrel is on YouTube, but now I'm curious. Next time I see her on Twitch, I'll have to ask her. But yeah, hey Sorrel. I'll have to ask Sorrel if that was here or if that was back in Euro Babyland. I need to know now. I'm curious. All right. Very cool. Dude, Super Mario Brothers 2, that was one that I rented too until I bought it. That was one that I rented a bunch of times and I was like, man, this could have gone just towards buying the stupid game. Because eventually I did buy the game, but man, that's a game that I remember playing a ton of. Was freaking Super Mario Brothers 2, because it was so different. I wouldn't know until later why it was so different, right? But like, the game was different. It was fun. It was colorful. It had like a whole different vibe. I dug it. And I liked it. I like Super Mario Brothers 2, aka Super Mario USA for the Super Famicom. Elvis says, first game I ever rented was Felix the Cat. Felix the Cat. The wonderful, wonderful cat. He's smoking crack. I remember some markets renting games and movies for a hot minute, and Neo Geo by the shopping carts. Neo Geo. Oh, like, yeah, like at supermarkets, they'd have like Neo Geo. Dude, that's why I feel like Neo Geo, that was like their bread and butter, man, were those big reds. When I was a kid, you could go almost anywhere and find a big red. You could go to a video store and they would have it. You would go to a supermarket and they would have them. The laundromat, I used to rent them. I used to play Neo Geo at the laundromat every week because we'd go to the laundromat. We'd go to the laundromat once a week and we would play. Birdo is your spirit animal. Shut up, Doug Dragon. You shut up. You shut your mouth. Have you completed the OG Super Mario 2 Dead Souls style games, Saru? What? What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about Lost Levels? I have not. I've never beat Lost Levels, actually. I've never put any real time into Lost Levels.
I did. I did like two. I did two.
Two worlds.
Two worlds, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Too hard. I'm like, what the hell?
Rage bait. It was one of those things that I didn't even bother playing until the Mario Collection.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Same.
That was the first time I ever played it. Was the Super Mario Collection with the Lost Levels. But other than that, yeah, I don't remember. JT, what's up? Welcome in. Welcome in. He says, I'm too old to remember the first game I've rented. Oh, yeah, it could be the first game you remember. We realized we should have rephrased that. The first game you ever rented or remember renting would have been fine. Let's see here. Karate Werewolf says, I give up after a few levels. I feel like that was a lot of people. You know what I mean? Because you go from like Super Mario and then Mario 2 and then to whatever the fuck that shit was. It was, you know, sadistic Japanese child hard. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Japanese people live for that kind of shit. At least back then, I feel like a lot of Japanese people lived for that kind of difficulty, right? They wanted that extra challenge, you know. But kids here were like, you know, I was one of those kids. I didn't like stuff that hard. Those levels can stay lost. Says Karate. They can stay lost forever. The whole game can just stay lost. Let's see here. All right, we're going to start our Gachapon soon, you guys. I only got a couple more answers to read before we do the Gachapon. If you want to enter the Gachapon giveaway, press 1. Basically, the way it works is if you are in the continental United States, you pick a number and we pull that prize out of the Gachapon. The number that you pick is the prize that comes out. You pick a number 1 through 4. Once it starts, if you're the one that gets picked from it for the Gachapon. If you are outside of the US, it doesn't matter. We don't send you the Gachapon because it costs too much to send a $3 toy over the sea, but we do have flat items that we send people, so everybody wins a prize. So you don't have to be in the U.S. You can pick. We have a bunch of stickers and magnets that we've made here. Holographic stickers, die-cut stickers, clear stickers, and then magnets. We've got some magnets that we give away. It's a whole package. You get to pick them. You get to pick four items, whether it's stickers or magnets or holographic things. You pick one of each, and we send it to you. If you're in the U.S. and you want that same package, you can get that as well. You don't have to get the Gachapon. You can pick whatever stickers or magnets. We had a couple people choose that instead. So it's up to you. It really is up to you. If you're in the U.S., you have choices. If you're outside of the U.S., you get that flat Saru care package. But everyone gets to enter. And entering is free. All you have to do is put one in the chat. All right. Getting back to the weekly question. What was the first game you remember renting? Number 9 comes to us from Tito8all3, a.k.a. Ruben. Ruben says, I've only ever rented 2 games in my life. The first was Danan for the Master System, and I liked it so much that I replaced the cartridge's PCB with my Transbot one. I never claimed to be a saint, says Ruben. Man, you have a story, right, like that too, right, where someone switched out the cart. Yeah. So that's what he's talking about. So back in the day, sometimes people would like switch out the carts. This was before people got privy to it and started putting those void stickers. But in the very beginning of game renting, it was a wild time, right? So like you would rent, there would be like no labels on the carts. That's why later on people started. Whoa, Matthew! Wow. Thank you.
Towards going to Japan, and the panda needs Condini snacks funds.
Yes. Thank you, Matthew. Dang, thank you, Matthew. That's a very generous donation, and you've gifted subs and stuff today. Thank you so much, Matthew. I appreciate it.
Matthew.
Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it. Last chance, type 1 to be entered into the Gachapon. This is the last call for Gachapon giveaway. Type 1. If you've already typed it, you don't have to type it in again. But anyone who might, if you didn't, type 1, and we will enter you gently. All right. But do you guys remember that when people? Oh, I don't know. Has anyone ever experienced that, where you rented a game and there was a totally different game in it? I don't remember what game, but Jesse has a story about that. I remember he said he rented a game. Right? What game was it that you rented?
I think it was it was either Super Mario the All Stars for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, was it?
I think it was Super Mario All Stars, or it was an RPG. What? I don't really remember, but I remember popped it in, and I was like, "What the hell?" Was it
for Super
Nintendo?
Oh wow, they weren't doing void stickers at that time, and they were just dumb.
It was because it was a local. It was a local store.
Yeah, but even local stores, like our local stores, started doing that.
It was Ultimate Video. I remember.
Oh wow.
Mother, I was so scared.
Well, we're just like, oh. Alright, we need a new music choice.
Yeah,
I'll let Big Dono Matthew choose.
And then
Big Dono.
Dono
Daddy.
We went to go return it. We went the same day, and they were trying to accuse us that we're the ones who switched it.
So, did you hear what Jesse said? That they were trying to say that he was the one who switched out the game.
Yeah.
But it was the previous person who did it.
Yeah, they were like, we gotta charge you $50. And my mom called. I forgot who we called. We called my aunt. She went to yell at them. Like, no. And no.
And then they
took it. Yeah. But they took it, and they said that we couldn't rent games per week. Yeah.
Why? Why were you being punished?
I have no idea. They're like, sorry, you can't rent games per week. It was like one of those local like rent.
Yeah. I mean, a lot back then. A lot of places were like that. They were like local video stores. When the first games I ever rented were all from little mom and pop video stores.
It's so funny because when you rented videos, they had like a little ring, right, and you just take it out and go to them with the number on it.
Cody.
It was weird, right?
That is weird.
They had like little hooks, right? They have little hooks, and you get the ring and you give it to the person.
That I've never heard of that before. That is weird. Do you have the music for Blazing Star? Says Karate Werewolf.
I want to stay here with you, Jessica.
There's that bonus. 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 Man, Blazing Star should have come out on Neo Geo CD. How come that didn't get a Neo Geo CD release? It upsets me. Alright, let's get the opening. We'll do stage 1. I feel like this is a game that could have used the Neo Geo CD treatment. Aren't they the same game? What game? What they're renting bootlegs at my video rental place. I remember they had Holy Diver and they called it Castlevania 3. Really? That's cool. So were they? Oh, they had like those like Chinese bootlegs that they were renting. How funny! Yeah, dude, I used to buy that. I used to buy tons of those Chinese bootlegs, you know, back then, because you know, once people started discovering that you can play those on the Nintendo, you know what I mean? Like, we ripped open. So if you, I don't know if you guys know about the Gyromite thing. So like back in the day, like Gyromite was just like a Famicom PCB and a converter that Nintendo had made, and that's how they did it. And so basically what we were doing, or what you know, friends and stuff, they would just get Gyromite, crack it open, and use that as a converter. They also had that Bio Miracle baby game from Konami. Oh, I have a record from that Russ gave me. Russ gave me a cool record of Bio Miracle baby Oopa Oopa.
Oh, thank you, Karate Werewolf.
Thank you for the $2 super chat, Karate Werewolf. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. That sticker is adorable. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Karate Werewolf. I appreciate the $2. I don't know why. That's the karate. That was the karate part of it. I feel like my collection needs some Chinese bootlegs, says the punk. In the beginning, I used to buy. I still have my OG. Some of them. I don't have all of them. I had a lot of them, but I have my very first bootleg. The very first bootleg game I ever bought, I still have. I don't even know if it works. It's super old. I have all of my original bootlegs. So this was the first bootleg I ever got back in the day. Old Saru Crew people have seen this a million times. Every time this conversation comes up, I always pull out the bootlegs. All of my first bootlegs were Kunio-kun games. I was so obsessed with Kunio-kun stuff, so those were all my bootlegs. Back in my game, you know, it's like I'm at that age now.
Is that a good question to ask?
What's that?
Like, do you ever encounter a bootleg? Or do you ever buy a bootleg game?
I know. How would we wear that? Can we do a show around bootlegs? I'm sure we can. Like, tons of people, like, once we get into the CD-ROM era, you know what I mean? Like, everyone was bootlegging stuff, but, like, maybe. I don't know. Did you have any Chinese bootlegs before? No, these were my very first bootlegs ever. I bought this first one at the end of 1990. I got this one. 1990 or 1991? I don't remember. Maybe 91. Either 90 or 91, somewhere around there. I remember getting this. I want to say 1990. And then these for sure. These were for sure 91, 92. But yeah, I remember I bought a lot of bootlegs in the early days. But those were my first ever bootlegs. My first ever bootlegs, we used to buy them at a place called Dynasty Plaza in Chinatown in Los Angeles. If you guys are from LA, then you probably have been there. I remember getting all kinds of bootleg stuff. Marilyn Monroevers, welcome in, Tater Pants.
What's up, Rover?
He says pork. Welcome in, how are you? Welcome in. I'm surprised you're not Tater Pants here, too. Why are you not Tater Pants on here? You can change it. YouTube lets you change it. Pork.
His name should be Potato Potato.
Potato Potato.
Potato Potato.
Potato Potato. Potato Potato. Howdy to the Rover. Howdy ho, Rover. Howdy to the Rover. It says Sasquatch. Welcome in. Put it in a Retron 5, Saru. Yeah, and then watch it catch on fire. Then the whole house will catch on fire. My PS1 has an X station in it, says the Pope. Dude, that's so cool. EverDrives won't boot dumps of multi-carts. Yeah, that's true. And many consoles don't read them either. There's a lot of consoles that just don't read those Chinese boots. Oh my god, I have the cool... Speaking of Chinese boots... Alright, maybe we can do a bootleg. I have this Chinese bootleg that's just hilarious and ridiculous. But I don't know. Do you guys think we can do a SaruShow around bootleg games?
How would we word it?
Yeah, how would we word it? Be like, did you buy any bootleg games? I need to word it better.
Just write whatever.
Maybe to say, did you buy any bootleg games back in the day? Just so that we have something.
Yeah. Just that.
Yeah. And then we can talk about it. We can say why. Obviously, because it was cheaper to get bootleg games.
I got Super Mario 16 from Saru, says Matthew, yes.
Which one?
Super Mario 16.
Super Mario 16. That's true. Matthew did get Super Mario 16 and 14, I think, right? Isn't there like randomly like Super Mario 14 and 16, but there's no Super Mario 15?
Sasser says, what was your favorite bootleg game you have?
That's pretty good. I like that one. That one's worded better.
But that was good, but people will probably... Because what if they don't have the bootleg?
Well, I mean, all you gotta do is say what's a favorite bootleg game you owned.
You owned. Or you owned.
Yeah. Or you can just say what's a favorite bootleg game that you owned. You know, or that you had, or what was something like that. We're getting there. We're getting closer. We're boiling the bubbles right now. Macross will be the common answer, no doubt, says Matthew. Why am I still doing this? Coke Hero Junkie, a ROM hack of codenamed Viper that ended up in many multi-cards. Coke Hero Junkie? Why is it called that? Like, Coke like cocaine? I assume so. Coke Hero Junkie. He's a hero! But he could only be a hero so long as he's snorting copious amounts of Coke. Is that how that works? There's no Mario 15 because in Mexico it's called Mario's Quinceañeras. Sasquatch. Yes. I love the evil grab head, Saru. I don't know what was I explaining when I was doing that? I don't even remember what we were talking about. All right, let's get back to the question. We had asked you guys, what was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Number 10 comes to us from GT Beakerman. GT Beakerman says, I think it was Ikari Warriors on the NES from a store called Video Update. I remember the game being harder and not as much fun as Contra. That is a fact. I don't know what, like, okay, so I actually liked Ikari Warriors, like, in the arcade, right? Like, I thought it was a fun game. You know, you got the tanks and you'd be, like, shooting the things, and the graphics were like kind of good for the time, you know, and like it was a cool game. And then it came home to the NES and you were like, wow, what a huge piece of shit this game is. I don't know why it was so bad on the, or was it just me? I don't know. I feel like it was bad. And then you beat the game and you get like a picture of Hitler or something. I don't remember. It was something, it was weird. It was a weird game all around. And I never beat the arcade game, so I don't know if the arcade game gets bonkers weird towards the end. Because it's a game that's meant to eat up your coins. It's a quarter muncher. But I don't know what was at the end of that, so I have no idea. Tateroni says Ondo Gamer. So would Mobile Light Force on the PS1 be an official bootleg game of Gunbird? Sadly, that is an official game. It's not really a bootleg, because they actually paid the money to make the game, so like technically it's official, you know, it's on the up and up. Now granted, it was dumb. Neff says, was Hitler naked? Only in your wildest fantasies, Neff Dragon. Let's see here. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was total trash. That was I rented that, Ondo Gamer. I rented that one time. And I was like, man, this game is bullshit ass. We took that game back, like, that same day.
I know.
Because we went to a video store where, like, if you brought it back, like, within, like, the first hour, they'll let you change it. I remember what's the policy. And I remember I would rent a game, and I lived down the street. And I ran up the hill to where I lived, ran up the stairs, so we lived on the 4th floor. Popped that game in, played that game for, like, 10 minutes, and I was like, this game is booty ass. We're going to take this shit back right now. And I remember just grabbing the cart and running down the stairs and running down the hill at the time. And I was like, this game is horrible. Horrible. And the lady's like, oh, okay, well, you can pick another game. Because, you know, we rented a lot from there. And I remember renting that game. That game was just ass. It was ass. Let's see here. ABBA code is only way to complete Ikari Warriors on the NES, says Matthew. Yeah, we used the cheat. Is that what the code was? I don't remember what it was, but we used the cheat to beat it. Because the game had horrible hit detection. That's another thing, too. The hit detection on that game was so bad. Like, why was the hit detection so bad? I mean, it's just a bad game. Bad game overall. I feel like, I'm not sure who programmed it. If I were to take a guess, I would say it's the same people that probably did Ghosts and Goblins, but I don't know. What was the name of that group that did Ghosts and Goblins? Whatever. That's another game that was bad. Exactly, sorry. The game was absolute trash and disgusting, says Under Gamer. It was disgusting. Trash. Boy. Rambo on the NES was total garbage. I remember it vaguely. I don't remember. I don't remember it. Whoever programmed it was worse than a potato, says Mary. Obviously, worse than a potato. Yeah, I wouldn't even put a potato in the same class at all. There's no comparison. Let's see. All right. So now, I don't know if GT Beakerman, are you here? Did you beat Ikari Warriors? He might not be here, but if he is here, I'd like to know if he did actually beat Ikari Warriors. Video update. Why does that sound familiar? The name video update. It sounds pretty familiar. Tater, we played Jim Powers last night on Analog Duo. He says, why? We were just playing like really garbage games. We did play the newest build of the Nyanja, though, and we got through the game okay. I don't know, you probably already answered me on Discord. I haven't looked at Discord. I've only looked at Discord once when I got home, and then I had to get ready for a Saru show. Saru wanted to do Euro PC games. I did, actually, didn't I? What did I... We played Shadow of the Beast. We played Jim Power. Was there something else that we played that was a Euro game? We were going to play Todd's Adventures in Slime World, but I didn't have it. So I got to get that for next Friday. I got the message but didn't respond yet because you're here. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. I just wanted to let you know. But like I said, I think the sound bug you were mentioning was might be the same one, maybe. Karate Wolf says, I would always rent games with friends and make an evening out of it. Really miss those days. Yeah, those were the days, man, when you would like rent a game and you know, your friends would come over, or you'd go to their house, you know, with the rented game and like got together to play whatever game.
You stayed up all night.
Yeah, and you would stay up like all night playing this game. Yeah, it was fun. The Nakomi sound fix is going to be easy, and the boss fight collision things are easy to fix too. Okay, nice. And that was it. That was all we found, right? It was just the collision for the boss.
Yeah.
The Tetsujin boss, the rocks and the fire.
That's about it.
And Nakomi's sound glitch in the last with the teleporters.
Yeah, and that's about it.
That was it. That was all we found. Everything else worked great.
I don't know if you want to talk to when at the end with Miko Hearts with the jumping. I don't know if you want to.
Oh, I think we should. I think that was intentional.
Okay.
I think that's because that's hard mode.
Okay. Gotcha.
What Jesse's referring to is like, you know how in normal mode we fixed that jump. There's like that jump that you can only clear by doing a certain jump. Well, when we were playing in the Miko Hearts mode, I was able to clear that jump once. It's very hard. It's very hard to do, but it is hard mode, so I didn't make a note of that because I kind of thought we would leave it for hard mode. But I don't know. What do you think, Rover? Do you think we should leave it or change it? Heart the attack time. What's up? Welcome in, Screw the Nandies. It's Saru-san-chan, Kundono-senpai, Chango-sama. Yay! Welcome in. How you doing? Welcome in. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button, pretty please. Pretty please hit the like button. Welky says video update was the bomb back in the day. Where is video update? Why does it sound familiar to me? Entertainment, etc. seem to have best games to rent for the NES and Genesis. Is that a place too? Entertainment, etc. Welky. Let's see here. Senpai, is that how you say your name? Says, oh, I know that icon. Who is this? Who are you? I know who you are.
S3.
Did you change your name? Senpai. Says, sorry, tell me you're going to Okinawa.
That's
Dude,
Snarkmark.
I've been wanting to. Is that Snarkmark?
Yep.
Snarkmark. I want to go to Okinawa so bad. We were just in Japan a month ago. It's Snarkmark. Snarkmark. Yeah, we were in Okinawa. We were in Japan a month ago, and we went to all the same places. We went to we stayed in Osaka. We went to Nagoya. We went to Kobe. We were gonna go to the place that starts with an M that's nearby, but we ended up not going. I forgot. What was it called? No, with an M. Never mind. You don't even know.
No, you're looking at the other one with the castle.
Himeji?
Himeji.
Oh, we were gonna get a Himeji castle, but we didn't do that either. We just didn't. We ran out of time. You're going so often. Are you applying for the expedited entry pass? No. What is that?
And
What
how
is
much
that?
does it cost?
Yeah. How do I get that? How do I get it? I need to do that. That would be cool. We're kind of. Did you even try Kobe beef at Kobe? We did. We had Kobe beef. We had Kobe beef. It was good. I took my old boss there. We met up with my old boss, who I hadn't seen in over 20 years. And he was there, and we went to have Kobe beef. It was me, Crazy Cubano, Jesse, my old boss, and his wife, who is Thai. We went to a place called American. The girl happened to be Japanese Thai. She asked me in Japanese. She's like, you know, she's like, you know, was she a Taijin? And I'm like, yeah, she's Taijin. And she was like, oh, my mother's Thai. So I immediately ran back and told my boss's wife. I was like, she's Thai. And they went and they were like, they started.
She got excited.
She got excited, yeah, because she hadn't seen, because they were doing like this whole like Asian Pan-Pacific cruise or something. So she hadn't spoken Thai to anybody in her English. Like, she still struggles with English. So she hasn't spoken Thai to anybody in a while, I guess. I don't remember, like maybe a couple weeks or something. Or, I don't know. And so they started just chatting it up. The first game I ever rented was Ninja Gaiden on the NES's Media Glitch. What's up, Jello? Welcome in. How you doing? Dude, Ninja Gaiden, that was the one that we rented a lot, because that fucker was hard. That game was hard. Welcome in, Media Glitch. Nuff says, did you even... Yes, we did. And it was good. Unibase, are you going to the Chrono Trigger Orchestra concert in Tokyo? Damn, that would be dope. If I was a Chrono Trigger fan, that would be cool. I know, it's blasphemy, right? Like, I just never got into Chrono Trigger. I did like Chrono Cross, though. They felt like totally different games. Let's see here. Except the basis, except for Tokyo. I want to go to I want to do a Tokyo trip, because we still need to see Scruffy. We're trying. We haven't seen Scruffy in like... Scruffy, are you still here, Scruffy? How many years has it been? We haven't seen Scruffy in a while. It's been a while. It's been at least a couple years. I've seen me. How many times have we met up Inubase? Twice already? I want to say twice.
Yeah, you twice, me once.
Yeah, twice. That's because Inubase came to Osaka.
And I went
like a boss.
I went on my little adventure by myself.
Yeah, Jesse went on some. He went on his Namba adventures for cheap things. He likes to go searching for cheap stuff. Media Glitch says, I remember it like it was yesterday with Ninja Gaiden. Dude, Ninja Gaiden was so frustrating for me. Sorry. Missed games back then were hard on purpose, so you wouldn't finish them in one rental. I feel like that's what they started doing with games because of rentals. Actually, no, that is the true story, right? Of why games are harder for us. Is it because rental places, right? So like some US version games were like harder, or they wouldn't give you continues. Because wasn't like Ninja Gaiden 3 like way easier for the Super or for the Famicom than it was on the NES for that same reason? Bort, you're here. It says, I'm doing good also. Back in 2003 when Scary Movie 3 came out, me and my dad watched it around 300 times at my local cinemas. And now he tells me about it since I didn't know until now. What? Like, how old were you at that time? Was that an appropriate movie for a child? For a children's? 3 continues was typical back then, says Karate Werewolf. It was.
His age, he must have been like 4.
I know, you must have been like a baby. Why is he taking a baby to watch a scary movie?
Anybody said that it was Osaka, that he was happy he got Laserdisc.
Osaka was great, got a ton of laser discs. Almost literally. I know, but like, it's so funny. He bought like these box sets at the laser, you know the little old man that runs the laser disc shop in Osaka? We went there. And Inube found like these like box sets of stuff. Right? And he's just carrying it around like he's carrying like a, I don't know, like a Happy Meal or something. And I go to reach and I grab the bag and I'm like, this bag is so heavy. And he's just walking around like he's freaking carrying a coin purse. We got this in Japan. Look at this. Jesse found this. Dude, Jesse found all, like, because Jesse is like short and sometimes he'll walk around on all fours. So he'll like see stuff that I don't. Right? Because, like, or he'll sniff behind, like, counters and stuff to find things. And he found this for 300 yen. Dude, freaking Gremlins on Laserdisc. That's so freaking cool. He found this for me. He's so nice.
It's fine.
He's such a great guy. Thank you for finding this for me.
Fuck you. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's rude. So rude. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he found all these. Look at all these laser discs he found. He found all of these. He found freaking Gumbuster for how much was this? 300 yen.
300.
This was 300 yen. That was 100 yen.
No, this is 300.
Oh, it is. Okay, one of these was 100 yen.
100 yen.
I think here it is.
Yeah.
Freaking Bakuretsu Hunter was 100 yen. Would you believe it? That's crazy, right? Dude, that's like 60 cents. Honestly. That's like 70 cents for this Laserdisc.
Jesse's like a hobbit-sized squirrel. Wants to see the big.
A hobbit-sized squirrel. It's a great, dude. This one has 2 Laserdiscs in it. This Sakura Tyson 2 one. 100 yen. There's 2 discs in here. That's literally like, I don't know, 35 cents. 35 cents a disc. Come on.
I
60 cents per boob.
Hiding too. I feel like these areas were hiding, and I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, that would have been in US dollars. That would have been like 70 cents. So rendered, that would have been like 35 cents per boob. Almost strategically placed price tag, says Senpai. Snark Mike. 69 cents? Perhaps. What is 100 yen now? Right now? Alexa, what's 100? Is she too far away? She probably won't answer. Somebody tell me, what is 100 yen right now in US dollars? It's still in the cents. Alexa, what is 100 yen in US dollars? Alexa, you bitch. She heard me the first time. She didn't hear me the second time. Crazy deal. The covers are worth it. For reals. But we actually watch them. I have 2 Laserdisc players. We actually do watch. We do watch our Laserdiscs.
We do.
64 cents, I say. Oh, 64 cents. 64 cents. Okay. Man. Almost there. Once Japan's economy gets better, we might see 69 cents. Go Japan.
Nintendo 64.
Go Japan. We might see 69 cents per 100 yen. Yeah, 156 yen equals $1. Lol, I was thinking the same. Clever girl, Sasquatch. Clever girl, you sassy Sasquatch, you.
What's that from?
I don't know.
It's from a movie.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, right, the dinosaur,
Yeah.
right? He's like, that's right. It's the I forgot about that. Sorry. All right, moving on. Let's get back. Oh, we got to do Gachapon.
Yeah.
That was the 10th question. We did GT Bickermans. That was the 10th one. Gachapon time. Gachapon time. All right, these are all the people who are in the wheel. Eventually, it will manifest right here. There it is. These are all the people who have entered the Gachapon. So, entry for the Gachapon is now closed. There's enough. We always gotta put enough in like the most bold. Where am I? I can't see it. Estás ciego.
It's up there. It's Matthew.
It's up there, guys. Is Nuff Dragon there? I don't know if he's there. I don't think you can see it. Nuff Dragon, I don't know if you're there, Nuff. I don't know. All right, we got a lot of entries.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of entries. Estás huevos. No, estás ciego, not huevos. I mean, maybe he could be huevos too.
All right, shuffle.
If he wants to be huevos, he could be huevos. Yeah, shuffle.
One,
We're gonna shuffle it. 2, 3. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. Ciego is blind. This guy saying that he was blind because he couldn't see his name. Here we go. Who is it?
Gonna be
oh my God! Are you serious, dude? Rover's like lucky.
It's Rover.
It's Rover. Rover, you're the winner. Rover, didn't Rover win the Nintendo Museum bag too?
Yeah.
Dang. GG Taters. Good job, Rover Chad. He says rigged. Hashtag rigged. There's Gachakun. That's Gachakun's face. It's so funny. I drew that super quick and I was like, oh, I'll do a nice one later. Never happened. That just stayed his face.
Rover rigged the coding into the wheels. Also Matthew.
Who was here when we opened the Gachapon machine and Gachakun got his face? Who was here when I drew that? We were live. We opened it and I started drawing his face and I said, that's good enough. I'll draw a new face later. 6 years later, I never drew a new face. Now I can't. I feel like I can't. We even made a Gachapon, we made an acrylic charm of him with that face. We can never change it now. Rover rigged by coating the wheel. I know Rover coated the wheel via osmosis. Cyber potato says Inu Base. He was a lab grown potato. Lab grown potato with cybernetics. All right, here we go. This is the Gachapon. We do this every Saturday. If you're new here, I know we've got a few new faces in the chat. So for those of you who are new, we do these giveaways every Saturday. We do a Gachapon giveaway and we do a video game or prize giveaway at the end of the show. If you answer the question, you get thrown into the wheel for the random game prize giveaway. I did bring back more games from Japan for our video game giveaway box. We usually give away a lot of import games here on the channel. We've been doing it for the last 6 years. We've given away hundreds of games. Hundreds. This channel is it's not big, but we do a lot for our small community of people. Because you guys do a lot for us, and I appreciate it. I don't know what's going on my shoulder. I don't know what's happening here. But let's go ahead and do the Gachapon right now. You guys, or Rover.
Pick a number 1 through 4.
Pick a number, Rover, 1 through 4. Rover is a member of the Saru Crew Elite, which is the highest tier on our Patreon box. What is this random sound effects? All right, we're going to use...
please, and thanks. Okay, here we go.
What did we do? That was Blazing Star. All right, let's do... who else?
There's one.
Who else is new here? Who else is new wants to select the soundtrack? I'm gonna let whoever is new. All right, ball number 1. Ball number 1. Let me play at least Mappy Land for now. Ball number 1. Best channel is Sari. Ball number 1. Oh, it's a Kirby. Oh, Waddle Dee. It's a Waddle Dee, not a Kirby. Ball number 1 is a Waddle Dee. If you guys don't know, this last trip to Japan, I went absolutely Kirby crazy. Balls to the wall, buying nothing but Kirby games. It was crazy. Ball number 2 is this Wonder Swan. It comes in a box. We have a box, but the box wouldn't fit. But it comes in a box just like it as well.
Right,
since Rover is a member of the Saru Crew Elite, this is ball number 3. Ball number 3, this is the one he picked. If the big prize had landed on number 3, then he would have won it. But since he's a member of the Saru Crew Elite, he does get to pick any of the regular prizes, and he gets 2 new bonus balls. If you guys are interested in what we're doing for our Patreon members, this is only one of the perks that we do. We have many, many perks. Make sure to check out patreon.com/SaruMaru. We have, I don't know, close to like 80-something people supporting us on Patreon. And every time we go to Japan, we do cool shit for you guys. So check out my Patreon, you guys. Check it out. Check it out if you want to be part of some cool shit. Ball number 4. Ball number 4. Matthew, thank you for linking the Patreon. Check it out. You can even join for free. I do like free digital stuff as well. So make sure that you guys click on the link. You don't have to even support with money. You can just go and follow the Patreon for free and get digital goodies like wallpapers and other shit. All right, ball number 4 is Krillin. Can you see Krillin? He's like hiding because Krillin's a bitch. Ball number 4. All right, we got 2 bonus balls because he is a member of the Saru Crew Elite. Bonus ball number 1. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. Something cool is in here. Oh yeah, look. Oh my god, look at what we're listening to. We're listening to music from Mappy. Look what came out. Mappy. Mappy. We're literally listening to Mappy music right now. And we got a Mappy. That's so cool. Alright, bonus ball number 2. And the last ball to come out is an Evangelion bust. It's like the head and shoulders of the purple Eva. Is that number 1? I don't know. I don't know my Evas. Who's the purple one? That's the original one, right? Whatever. It's that one. Alright, Rover, go ahead and pick any of these. These are all regular prizes, so you can pick any one of these.
Bus.
Let me know if you need me to show you. That was the bussin' Shinji's Eva. Yes, Shinji. Get in the damn robot, Shinji. We got this Wonder Swan. We have Mappy. We have this. Oh, I forgot to mention this one. One of them was from Mr. Driller. This one was from Mr. Driller. That's Jesse. He's from Mr. Driller. Apparently he's one of, he's Mr. Driller's brother, I think. This is the brother of Mr. Driller. And Dig Dug is their dad. Did you guys know that Dig Dug is the dad of Mr. Driller? I didn't know that. Well, I did. I knew they were related. I just didn't know it was, I thought it was his uncle for some reason. But I guess it's his dad. What was the last one? That was blurry. This one? Let me see if I can.
No, the last. I think the last gachapon. It was this one, I think that was the last gachapon that popped out. It's from Evangelion, right?
This one?
Evangelion.
It's from Evangelion. Let me see if I can pull it out because the packaging is like kind of like breaking on this one.
Should we just cut it? Just open it. People are not getting it because can't really see
They
it.
can't see it.
Just
Maybe.
open it.
I could just open it.
Yeah, just open it.
Alright. Here's what it looks like.
You see, I didn't even know it looked like that. That's cool.
It's from Evangelion. That thing is hella bent though. That's supposed to go straight, I think.
I mean, don't judge me.
It curves to the left.
Curves to the left.
It curves to the left. Hey, sometimes
Amiibo.
Sometimes the curves help.
Do you have Final Soldier OST since nobody spoke up?
I know nobody spoke. Okay, we'll do Final Soldier. Nobody said anything. All right. Or maybe because I asked if we had new people, and I guess we don't have new people. Final Soldier.
That last one says Rover.
This one, the Evangelion. Yes to this one. I don't know why the ball made it like curved. I wonder if we stick it in the opposite way. Yeah. It'll curve
Just
the
stick it
other
up
way.
here.
Just stick it up your.
Where's it?
Left means Shinji's left nut is dragging. Is that what it means when you curve to one side or the other? That one is dragging? Give it a few licks. Give it a lick. The Evangelion one. Alright, this one's going to Rover. This one's going to Rover. Let me see if I can put them back in this.
No, you don't. Here, just put it here. Oh, okay. So
No, in this one. In this one.
Give it a few licks.
I know, it needs to be fluffed.
That means Shinji's left nut is dragging his nut.
It needs a fluffer.
That Eva or Shinji? Just nut.
Evangeline. Genesis. What is it called? Neogenesis. Evangeline. Alright, let's put Mr. Driller. Mr. Driller goes back. Alright, that was the Gachapon, you guys. We do it every Saturday. When we do a show and a question and stuff. Oh, let's vote on the question. Next week's question. What should next week's question be? I do like the bootleg thing. Should we just make it that? Do you guys want to do the bootleg?
Yeah, I would do bootleg. That sounds good.
Or do you guys want to hear the other options? Let me know. You guys let me know. This show is for you guys. So you guys pick whatever you want. Whatever you want. Freerian Sega Genesis Evangeline. That's 100%. That's how I remembered it. That's what it's called. That's what we're calling it from now on. That'll be the name. Alright. Bootleg hasn't come up. We've never done anything about bootlegs before. So it'll be one that we haven't done. We've done over 100 of these Saturday shows. We're probably getting close to 200 if we count all the VGSTs. Because what number are we? What number SaruShow was this? Oh, we've done over 200 Saturday shows. Holy shit. Dude, that's crazy. Did you guys know that? We've done... We're like, what, VGST like 70 something? We have done like 230 Saturday shows? Jesus. But couldn't most of the answers be, I never owned a bootleg game? That's true, because what if like people didn't own a bootleg before? That's possible. I don't know. 200 questions. Que preguntón, says Nuff Dragon. 200 shows. Yeah, like, you're right. Yeah, like 200 questions. That's true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Nuff.
But couldn't most answers be, I've never owned a bootleg game?
How many people in the chat have owned a bootleg game? Matthew, have you never owned a bootleg game before? You have. For sure you have. You're from the generation of those audio cassettes. So I'm going to say you have. You're from the cassette generation of games. You know what I mean? Those Euro things. Karate Wolf, you've never owned a bootleg game before? Wow.
Nuff Dragon says, or can it be which bootleg was the first you found out that existed? You know, the first time I ever seen a bootleg game, like I didn't know like some of my Super Nintendo games were bootleg.
Multi-game cart as a kid for Game Boy, that is a bootleg.
Yep.
So, yeah, 100%. I feel like everyone has encountered a bootleg before.
My cousin had like a...
We can say, have you ever owned a bootleg game? Retro game? Have you ever owned a bootleg retro game? If so, what was it? We're doing that. That's what we're going with. That's what we're going with.
What was it?
Dave's Midnight Gaming Entertainment. It says, I own a few repros. Repros are bootlegs. Repros are absolutely bootlegs.
You ever owned... What was it? Maybe type it right there.
We'll do it here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do it better.
Have you ever owned a retro bootleg? If so, what was it? Should we say back in the day?
Yeah.
Or now?
It says your own or seen, maybe? Maybe it's own/seen.
Oh yeah, maybe that might be better. All right, that'll be it. That'll be next week's. We'll do that for next week. You guys are all here. We're talking about the bootlegs. We're talking about the bootlegs from China.
Because I remember the first time I ever seen a bootleg
Bootlegs from
was
China.
PS1.
China, only the best bootlegs. For what? For PS1. I own some Game Express games. Those are technically bootlegs. Those are absolutely bootlegs. Rover, 100% those are bootlegs. They had to make their own BIOS and everything because they were bootlegs. So yes, those are 100% bootlegs. Tater translates under fantasy stories. Tater's not good with the hacking part of stuff. We'd have to contact someone who's good with the hacking stuff. Rover is good with programming. I don't think he's good with the hacking of games.
You know, I had a part. I'll do it next week. My bootleg.
Your bootleg cart?
Like a bootleg that I saw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, save it.
I'm gonna ask my brother and my dad first because my dad got it. I'll leave the story next week.
Oh, okay. Do you think they still have it? Dude, that'd be awesome.
No, it wasn't ours. So.
Speaking of sketchy entrepreneurs, 35 off the baker, says Inu Base.
Nice.
That's awesome. You can link it.
Link it.
Link it. Inu Base.
Do it.
For those of you who don't know, or those of you who might be new, Inu Base makes his own games. He made a game called El Panadero, aka The Baker. We streamed it on Twitch. And we did a whole giveaway, and we streamed it on YouTube too? I don't remember.
Yeah,
We did a whole giveaway of his game. Inu Base is a cool dude. Oh yeah, it's a great one. We got that from Russ.
Yeah, man.
Russ gave that to us. We got it to work on something. Do you remember? What was it?
Yeah.
I forget what we got it to work on.
I forgot.
And it had some weird shit, like a puzzle game, or I don't remember. It had something weird on it. And we were like, what the fuck?
I need to just open up a...
That's cool. Programming isn't the same as hacking. I don't do the hacking stuff. Yeah. It's a very different game. Oh, Sweets is still here. Thank you, Sweet Like Sugar. Sweet Like Sugar's already updated the forum. So, if you would like to, you can answer the question for next week today. Because we've already officially closed this week's question. So the forum is updated. If you want to answer the question for next week now, you can do so by clicking the link at the top of the chat. We're no longer taking questions for this week, so I don't think people are answering them anymore anyway. Thank you, Sweets. I appreciate that. So if you guys want to answer the question for next Saturday's show, you can start doing that now, or you can save that link and do it later and get entered to win the video game giveaway. All right, now that that's all out of the way and we have next week's question settled, let's go ahead and get back to the question of this week. We had asked you guys, what was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Next one comes to us from Sweet Like Sugar. Speaking of Sweet Like Sugar, thank you for updating that form. We can't keep this train going without people like Sweet Like Sugar and Matthew Roach and everyone who helps us with this stuff, and all of you guys watching here. So I really appreciate it. Sweet Like Sugar says, I don't recall the very first game I ever rented. I know it was from a family video, and that I used my A's on my report card to rent a game every week for free. And yes, I had 8 A's, so it basically lasted to my next report card. Some of the earliest games were the PlayStation and N64, were for the PlayStation and N64. They didn't rent Saturn games. Super Mario 64, Star Fox, Turok, Cruisin' USA, Resident Evil, Need for Speed, Tomb Raider, Pokemon Snap, Mario Party, Super Smash Bros., Metal Gear Solid. These were all games I would not own until much later in life, that I got to know as a rental first. Every week would be a new adventure, totally unknown to me. Sometimes with friends, other times with my younger brother and sister. You better believe that I utilized the maximum amount of time with each game because I knew I'd want something different the next time. Some games were amazing, some games were so-so, but each week was a new adventure into a new world to explore, says Sweet Like Sugar. That's very true. How many times have you guys, back in the day when you rented your games, tried to play your games as fast as you could so that you didn't have to keep it? That way, when you went back, you got a whole different game, like Sweet Like Sugar just explained in her answer. I believe a lot of us did, right? Like, I remember I rented Zelda Link to the Past was a rental, and I had basically like 2 days to beat it. You know what I mean? I remember I left that sucker on all night too, even though you didn't have to do that. I just left it on because I was like paranoid, you know, that it wasn't going to like save or whatever. I don't know. Who cares? I left it on all night. I got up. As soon as I got up, I started playing it again, you know. And I remember being called. I was like, "Are you done with your game? We're taking your game back." And I forget. It was called Video Time. I don't know if Video Time was anything. It was a chain that was outside of Nevada, but here it was called Video Time. That it was a chain that was pretty big here, and we would have to do that. So very much like Sweet Like Sugar explained. Man, Sweet Like Sugar mentioned so many good games in this. It's funny, yeah, Saturn games, the only places that rented Saturn games that I ever saw were Blockbuster Video. And growing up in Los Angeles, there was a Japanese video store in Culver City that rented PS1, Japanese PS1, and Japanese Saturn games. I forget what it was called, but it was in Culver City. It was like Japan Video. I think it was like a basic ass name too. I think it was just called like Japan Video Rental or Sawtell Japan Video. I don't remember, something like that. It was on Sawtell in Culver City, and that was the only place that I knew that rented Saturn games that wasn't a Blockbuster. Blockbuster was the only one that rented Saturn games that I ever remember. So that's crazy. Let's see here. Pokemon Snap, Tomb Raider. Let's see. Super Smash Brothers, Metal Gear Solid. Man, yeah, all these are all good games. Resident Evil, dude. I remember Resident Evil, playing that for the first time, just being scared shitless. There was so many jump scares in that game. Lots of great games mentioned here, Sweet Like Sugar. Very, very cool.
I just came up with a good question.
Do you remember what the last game, or what might have been like some of the last games you rented, Sweets? Or anybody, if you guys remember. Do you guys remember like what your last couple games was that you remember renting? We're not going to do this question again, so I guess we can start talking about it in chat if you guys remember. Man, I don't remember. Famicom Collecting, welcome in. How you doing? Welcome in, Fammy Moons.
You know, I think one of the last video games I rented was for Dreamcast, I believe.
Oh, yeah?
Dreamcast. I think I rented, it was Gauntlet Legends, I think. I think it was Gauntlet Legends or Crazy Taxi 2.
I want to say... because I pretty much stopped renting games at the time. I want to say like my last rentals were Curiosity rentals, like Symphony of the Night, because I'd never played it in English. Mega Man 8, because I'd never played. When those came out in English, I wanted to play them. That's why I was saying Curiosity rentals, because those games were games I had originally played in Japanese. So I'd never heard like what the dub was, so I would just rent stuff just out of curiosity. I rented some stuff to burn too. Let's see here. PS2 era. Oh, PS2. Okay. PS2. Wow. Okay. So I had stopped renting. I remember it was still pretty much, people were still renting games up until like, I want to say PS4, when the last few Blockbusters were around. But I think the last like generation, I stopped renting like after like late PS1 was like the last for me, like the last of it. And then after that, I just stopped. You know, I started buying all of my games for the most part, and I would just burn them. You know, because the internet was already a thing now, and so people were downloading and burning games, and You know, so pretty much renting was unnecessary. So yeah, PS1. It ended for me. It ended with PS1. I want to say late PS1 stuff. Later PS1 stuff. Famicom says, yeah, I would probably guess PS2 was last for me renting stuff. When Halo 2 came out, I was all Xbox Live, and that's it. The Pope says, I don't remember the final rental, but I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS Plus, so kind of a rental. That's true. Yeah, it's true. If you got PS Plus, it's kind of a rental, pretty much. Pretty much. Enough Dragon says, Alien vs. Predator PS4 game. We had the last Blockbuster close in our town in South Texas in 2017. Dang. That's a long time. Ours closed in 2014, right? Like, what was it? Towards the end, like November 2014, something like that. Because I remember I was buying DVDs to send as Christmas presents.
Yeah, because we bought. Remember we went. It was early in the morning, and we were like, they let us. I remember they let us in early. They're like, here, just go in. They had a lot of, like a box of DVDs or one of those circle things.
Yeah.
And we got them all.
Yeah, we bought a bunch of like cheap DVDs from Blockbuster that we never even watched. Have you seen any of those DVDs that we bought? I feel like we haven't even watched any of those DVDs. So, I don't know. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm still renting games with Switch Online, says Famicom. I have not been in a rental place in over 20 years. Are there still rental places? You know who still rents stuff? Japan. Japan still rents stuff. It's like, look at, these are the last things. We bought these at Blockbuster. At the one that was closing. And it was all I wanted to buy at the time. I was just buying like all like animated things. So we got Cars. What was this? Madagascar 2. The Jungle Book 2. Alice in Wonderland. Megamind. Astro Boy. And Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. These were all the things that we bought at that Blockbuster that was closing. And yeah, they put them in these like
they were
gifts.
$1 each.
Yeah, they were $1. How could we not? We spent like $10 and got a bunch of things. Literally, we spent
got other
like
stuff too.
Yeah, we spent like, I think it was like $10, right?
Yeah, and they had that. I remember they had candy and stuff when I got.
Yeah,
A ton.
Jesse got a bunch of candy and shit too.
It was, I think it was like $5. You filled it with a popcorn bucket. You can fill it. And the guy, I remember the guy was like, he was like, here, get some more. And he was like,
yeah, right. I do. Yeah, he was pushing in the candy and the popcorn.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, just fill it up. Yeah, it was cool. And they are in those beautiful packages too. Yeah, they're really cool. I like them. They're kind of like, what do you call it? Like little gift packages. Let's see. The Pope says GameFly still exists and is thriving. Oh yeah, GameFly. Damn, is GameFly still a thing? That's crazy. We were just kind of, I feel like did we talk about GameFly last week or on something? We talked about it. I talked about it with,
probably with someone else.
I thought it was with the Pope. I thought we talked about it. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I remember it came, did I dream it? I'm having like weird deja vu right now. I'm not sure. That's crazy. Let's see here. GameFly, really? What platforms do they support? I know. Are they doing like, what are they doing? Like Switch and PS4, PS5? Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that was still a thing. GameFly didn't go out of business. To the Googles! There's a place here that still rents. Even laser discs? Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. Who rents laser discs? That's crazy. Man. Oh yeah, the GameFly's still a thing. Holy
30
shit.
30-day free trial.
They do a 30-day free trial.
One rental at a
One
time.
rental at a time.
$13.50 per month. For 3 months. 2 rentals.
2 rentals, $23. And basically you rent them and then you send them back, right? And you get your other one back.
Yep.
For $13.50 a month.
Movies too.
Oh, movies too? Wow, that's kind of cool. Nowadays, I feel like it's almost I don't know. For me, I feel like that's a pointless service. You know what I mean? But I could still see people, you know, who would still get a lot of benefit.
Well, I mean,
out of that.
Sometimes there's like businesses or like foster kids. They're like, okay, this is good. I'll rent these games for all these kids. They can play, you know, and then we'll switch them out. It's good for that too.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm trying to see what, like, you know, the scenario and.
You know what's the weirdest place I ever rented a game at? The library.
I know.
It's so weird.
Library, sometimes you would find stuff in the library. Yeah, library. It's weird. Sometimes, like, man, I found weird stuff in the library. Sometimes, like I don't know. We were at like something. And they had like some like hentai manga at the library. I'm like, why is this here? Why is there hentai manga? And you definitely don't want to pick that book up. Why is this book all crusty? But yeah. I remember I was like, what the fuck? It was okay, so it wasn't hentai per se. But it was like Crying Freeman or something, and there's like straight up sex scenes in that. You know? So I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell? Crying Freeman, and like I remember there was some other thing too. Oh, I don't remember. There was another manga, and like I forget what it was called, but it was graphic, like even more so than Crying Freeman, which was weird because the characters were all cute and shit, and then they were like boning. I'm like, whoa, why is this in the library? What the fuck? It was weird. Yeah, and that was even weirder because that was like a school library too. So I was like, man, what? I don't know. It blew my mind. My lib has Switch games now. What's that? What's a lib? Ginko Fuki Densetsu Sapphire OST. Damn.
It's library.
Oh, it's library. His library has Switch games. Wow, really? That's cool. That's kind of crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright.
これは HE システムの CD ロムディスク。2曲目にコピー。
I got another question.
Another question?
Yeah. What was your first video game that you got addicted to?
First video game you got addicted to. We're gonna hear a lot of WoW and stuff, probably. Maybe what was the first retro game you got addicted to?
Yeah.
Just so that we don't get
console first.
What was the first console game you got
Yeah.
addicted to? If you say console game, people are still gonna, because there's MMOs and stuff. I mean, that's fine if we want to talk about, because you know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Final Fantasy 14 or whatever.
Mine was like Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
I can stop playing.
Wicked City was fucked up, man. Dude, they had like, so I worked at Blockbuster. I worked at 4 Blockbuster videos. And I remember I had to like tell, you know, management at the time, you know, eventually I started doing like, you know, third key stuff, which is like assistant manager. And I got to make those choices. But I remember telling them, it's like, you can't put Ninja Scroll in the children's thing. It was like children's animated films, and Ninja Scroll was like right there next to like, you know, bootleg Narnia. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Why? Alright, that's the max volume I can do. This monitor is not super loud, but I need to listen to more of this.
I don't know this thing about
Oh, thank you for the $2 super chat, Karate Werewolf. When you said that, I was like, what are you talking about? I know, those things normally, they don't pop up, huh?
No, I don't know why.
That's cool. Can you like them at least? Wow, the soundtrack is so good. It's so good. I'm like, oh, Sapphire. My childhood would have been way better if I had seen Ninja Scroll at 10. says Rover. Man, I remember my friends, like, we would pirate the shit out of everything and anything, right? So like Ninja Scroll dropped, and we all got around. It was an event. Everyone got around to watch it. It was a whole thing. It was a whole team. It was a team effort. We all sat around in a circle. No. Let's see. Ninja Scroll is a children's classic. How else would the kids know about girls that poison you when you do the dirty with them? I know. That was that first scene. That guy was like,
I know,
I know. It was so like I felt like the people who were like animating that were really enjoying that or something. Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was like, man, did it have to be all that like crazy? Same face, Snapdragon. Have you watched it? Have you seen Ninja Scroll Snapdragon?
Fun for the whole family.
Have you seen it? Matthew says, why Saru? It's animated, and all animated films belong in the children's section. all animated films are for kids, so adults say. Back then, that was the sentiment. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, that was the sentiment where animated films, things that were, like, drawn were, like, seen as, like, kid stuff. So, you know, a lot of people didn't know. They'd put, you know, shit like Akira and Ninja Scroll and Demon City Shinjuku with, you know, kids shows, and we're like, wow, you know, it's like crazy.
I saw Berserk 97 in the kids section of Blockbuster.
That's crazy. Yeah, you'd see stuff like MD Geist, you know, like what the hell? Actually, the first time I saw it was out of the kids section, was like MD Geist or something crazy. But yeah, it happened all the time. Inubase says death by poison lingus is to prevent strep throat. Oh, that's funny. Back in the day, many people thought that video games were only for kids too, and some idiots still think that. That's true. I can't imagine that people still have that sentiment nowadays, but like in this day and age, but I guess, you know, some people do. Mr. Swole says, I wonder if any hentai ever slipped through. Oh, like actual, like real hentai? It did in some video stores, actually. I remember going to like just a regular like mom and pop video store, and Twin Dolls was like just there with the other anime, even though it should have been like in the section behind the beads. Like it was just like, you know, here it is.
Remember we went to we rented Fry's Electronics, and I forgot you like, oh, this is hentai.
Yeah, it was just like
right there
out in the open, and we were like looking at anime, right? We were Fry's. This was like towards the end of Fry's, and we're like looking at stuff. We're looking at anime, and I'm like looking at the backs of some of these. I'm like, whoa, these are getting really risque. And I was like, oh, it's hentai. This is all hentai. Like, all right. We were in the hentai section.
And then, like, Nintendo was, like, right next to it.
It was, yeah. It was, like, the video games were, like, right there. Regular-ass anime, right? We were just looking at the regular anime. And then suddenly the anime got, like, all titties out, you know, on the back of the thing. We're like, whoa. I remember seeing Kite right next to DBZ and Sailor Moon. Dude, Kite's got us the movie, right? Like, the movie has a scene in it that's like, whoa, like damn. First it's like damn, and then it's like damn. You know, petite girl. Anyway, and the girl was just like, here, let me test it first on the store main monitor. Right? That's funny. Sometimes Legends of the Overfiend. That's another one too. Yeah, Legend of the Overfiends were some that. Is there any more drink?
Yeah, what do you want?
There was anything out there. Were some things that were just out in the open. Inube says, I found F3 on a bootleg video rental place. Really? That's funny. That's another one I watched too, is F3. I was telling the story about F3, how I thought it was based on an actual, a very similar adult film. I need to watch Kite before I finish my project and Mezzo Forte. Did you see that there's what is the new show? The same character designer is working on a new show. It looks good with the girl. She's like he always draws like these like things, right? Like or at least does art for things that are always like, you know, petite girl assassin thing. And he's working on or doing designs for a new one. I forget what it's called. But there is a new one coming out, and I've been interested in watching it. I've already seen a bunch of trailers. Hopefully I get to watch it when it does come out. I don't remember what it is. Imagine mixing up Astro Boy with Golden Boy, says Rover. Golden Boy's hilarious. If you like Golden Boy, don't read the manga. Because I wanted more, and I read the manga, and I regretted reading the last of the manga. Or actually most of the manga. Other Gabriel says, all titties out. Oh my virgin ears. Astro Golden Boy, Space Dandy. I want to watch more Space Dandy, actually. I've watched maybe half of Space Dandy. I watched most of was Champloo the same dude? Also, Cowboy Bebop. Space Dandy.
I like that.
Carol and Tuesday.
Oh, I love Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah, Carol and Tuesday was same director. What else did he do? I'm trying to remember. Anime hits. Here we go. We're going. This always happens. So we start talking, and then the show pivots to anime. How do we always do this, you guys? All right, let's get back to the question.
I'm just kidding.
I blame the Pope. We always pivot to anime. It started with hentai. Who mentioned hentai? Excuse me. Sorry. I wish I'd met a blonde like Golden Boy did. Who spits in your mouth? You're making me spit in my mouth, yeah. Something like that. He's like, just like, oh, you're a weirdo. Yeah. Not the same director, but a different Nabishin-sama. Oh, Excel Saga. Did you ever watch Puni Puni Poemi? Dude, the dub for that. I watched, like, the dub for Puni Puni Poemi is so funny. I don't normally watch dub unless the dub is, like, funny or... Like, there's something about the dub, right? That I'll watch the dub. If it's good or if it's funny, you know, like Ghost Story's funny or like they just do weird stuff. That show was funny too. Yeah, I really liked it. Puni Puni Poemi was great, says Inubase. It was so funny. The dub, have you watched the dub, Inubase? Like, it's so stupid, but it's so funny. It's like stupid funny. I think the first stream I popped up in, I derailed the show, and it became an anime chat. I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure the first time the Pope was in here, we started talking about anime. So, I don't know. It might be safe to say I blame the Pope. Nabishin cosplaying as Lupin the Third again. Screw the Net says all the bludgeoning and Angel Dokuro-chan. Oh yeah, was it? How did that? I had the song is like playing in my head. I vaguely remember Dokuro-chan. It was funny, too. The one like bad girl like got diarrhea. That was hilarious. It was funny. Was there a season 2 of Dokuro-chan? Where they were gonna make one and then they never did? I don't know. I don't remember. All right, let's get back to the weekly question. Number 11 was from Sweet Like Sugar. That was awesome. Answer. Thank you, Sweet Like Sugar. Sweet Like Sugar always writes these very like crazy, thoughtful answers that I like reading. All right, number 12 comes to us from Tater Pants. We had asked you guys what was the first game you remember renting or ever rented. Rover says Final Fantasy III, as they called it back in the day. It was one of the only games I ever rented, to be honest. We didn't have no fancy-pantsy blockbuster in them there parts where I lived. Just some greasy-ass local shop that rented VHS tapes and disappointment. They had like 6 SNES games, 4 Genesis games, and didn't know what a TurboGrafx 16 even was. Blasphemous, says Rover. Dude, you would have been hard-pressed to find, even in LA, where the TurboGrafx kind of had like a footing, you would have been hard-pressed to find a rental place that had TurboGrafx 16 games. At least I didn't know of any personally, but I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone even I'm sure somebody out there did, but like, who would have rented them? You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't have been able to make their money back probably, because even Blockbuster didn't rent TurboGrafx 16 stuff. So who knows? Final Fantasy III, as it was called back in the day, says Rover. VHS tapes and disappointment. What were some of the SNES games that they had? Did they have like basic ass shit? I'm kind of curious. The 4 Genesis games, what were they, like Sonic and like freaking Altered Beast or something? Man, I'm so curious. Do you remember what any of the games were, Rover? Let's see. For once, it wasn't me who brought up the hentai, says Rover. Let's see. That show was too funny. Yeah, the halos removed because the girls' angels have nightmarish IBS. Yeah. That's so funny. The faces they made, they hilariously haunt my dreams. I know, their expressions were so funny. Let's see here. Karate Werewolf says the US arm of NEC really fucked up. Even the console itself wasn't as cool as the PC Engine. Imagine if NEC just released it. If they had just... Somewhere out there exists a prototype of a PC Engine labeled TurboGrafx 16. Because there was actually somewhere, I forget, there was like an article or some... At some point, Hudson and NEC were considering just releasing the PC Engine here and rebranding it and possibly recoloring it. I don't remember. Imagine, same mold, black little PC Engine thing. They already had the black CD-ROM, right? Like all they had to do was put it in an IFU unit. You would have had a black TurboGrafx PC Engine like this size. It would have looked so dope. I feel like NEC really fucked up. No, let's freaking redesign the whole package and then mess it up, you know, completely. Like the black PC Engine. No, like, you know how the TurboGrafx is like black? Because the PC Engines, the core graphics are not black. They're like dark gray, right? They're like, one is like a bluish gray and the other one is like a dark gray. They're not quite black. So imagine a TurboGrafx 16, the size of a PC Engine, but on it is branded TurboGrafx 16 instead, right? They didn't do any of the rebranding. They released it when they were supposed to release it. They would have been a year ahead of the Sega Genesis or more. Even if they were just a year ahead of the Sega Genesis, they would have had a strong foothold because a lot of people would have bought it because there was nothing else. What else was there? The Nintendo, right? People would have bought it. People would have bought the TurboGrafx because it was new with cool graphics, you know, before the Genesis came out. But the Genesis beat NEC to it because NEC was diddle-dallying with stupid redesigns of the console. They screwed the pooch big time. Time Extension has an article up about how Street Fighter 2 was almost a PC Engine TCG16 exclusive. Man, that's another thing too. If the PC Engine had come out here earlier, if the TurboGrafx 16 had just released out here with the PC Engine shell. Jet Black PC Engine, that'd be cool. Right, it would have been a jet black TurboGrafx 16. Like the TurboGrafx 16 now is that jet black color. All they would have had to do is release it with that color, branded TurboGrafx 16, like where the PC Engine logo is now. Put the TurboGrafx 16 logo there. It would have been out like a year before. People would have bought it. We would have had, it would have been a whole different story. We probably would have gotten Street Fighter 2 here, you know, which would have sold shit tons of consoles. I guarantee it. I guarantee that it would have sold shit tons of consoles. You know, we would have probably gotten Konami stuff, Rondo of Blood, freaking Gradius, like all the Konami stuff probably would have come here too. Man, NEC really fucked up. I bought the Turbo Duo, mostly played Japanese imports on it. Same. I bought, well, not with the Turbo Duo. I had the original. I still have my original TurboGrafx 16 CD. I got into the whole ecosystem in 1992, which for people back then it was late, right? Like 92 was late jumping into the ecosystem, because by the time I bought into the ecosystem, the system was already on its way out. You know, so then 1993 rolled around. I got the system card. And all the other stuff. I was playing mostly imports. I played a lot of demos. I bought those PC Engine hyper catalogs that I always show off on stream. They were my introduction to the PC Engine library back in the day. So I wouldn't buy like real full games until my first real full game that was not a demo was Advanced Variable Geo in 1994 from a place called Bonsai Games in Los Angeles. That was run by a friend who had another friend who also ran a game store. Mortal Kombat was also supposed to be on the TG16 exclusive, if I remember correctly. I think it was TTI that fucked that all up. Really? Could you imagine? Could you imagine Mortal Kombat if it had released on a freaking Super CD or something for the Turbo Duo? Dude, that would have been, it would have been a whole different game. We would, the market would have been a completely different market here in the US. Sega would have definitely not have had the stronghold that it did during the 16-bit generation, which is kind of good, honestly. I feel like it was good for Sega, you know, but it probably would have been bad for Sega in the long run. But I think Sega would have still had a good, strong foothold over time. But I feel like because NEC fucked up so hard, you know, Sega hit the ground running here. The Mega Drive didn't do well in Japan. Mega Drive did not do well here. So I feel like the Sega Genesis, they hit the ground running with that. The Sega Uranus, as long as it was better than the cool but low quality and Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 for Game Boy I had, says Screw the Net. Have Bonk as a pack-in game over here, says Matthew. That would have been too early. Bonk didn't come out till 1991. But you know what game they could have had as a pack-in? Was freaking Legendary Axe. They could have had Legendary Axe. Could have been a pack. Anything could have been a pack-in other than stupid freaking Keith Courage. Don't get me wrong, I like Keith Courage, but that was not a system seller. They should have packed it with freaking Legendary Axe or Blazing Lasers. Any of those two games, those were early. Any of those games would have been fine. You would have packed it with any of those two games, and they were properties that they could have done that, you know. NEC published Legendary Axe here in the U.S. You know, I think Victor made it, right? The Kung Fu, I don't know if that would have been a good package game. I feel like the Kung Fu or China Warrior is more of a tech demo, if anything. Sonic the Hedgehog saved Sega through the 1990s. That's why we claim Sonic utterly here in the United States. And also, we call his nemesis Robotnik, not stupid Eggman. Let's see here. What did I miss? I should. Famicom Collecting says should have just dropped the core graphics. This was before the core graphics came out. They could have just re-released. They could have released the PC Engine and just made it black. That's all they had to do. That's it. That's all they had to do. They could have just made a black PC Engine and still called it the TurboGrafx 16. It would have been awesome. Screw the Net says, I only remember TurboGrafx in the gaming magazines I still own from the 1990s. I never knew what they were until Saru, says Screw the Net. The U.S. Army... Okay, I already read that. Let's see here. They had FF3. Oh, back to Marilyn Monroe's answer. He said they had Final Fantasy 3, Super Mario World, and some weird, totally shit samurai game. I think they had Pilot Wings and ActRaiser as well. For the Genesis, it was Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Chakan, and I forget the other. Oh my god. At least Sonic 1 and 2 are good games, but Chakan? There's some people who really like Chakan, too. They're like, oh man, do you remember Chakan, the Forever Man? I'm like, not well. Not good. Let's see. That's funny. Dude, ActRaiser was an amazing game. I'm trying to remember what shit samurai game you're talking about. I wonder, for Super NES? Shit samurai game. Was it a Western developed game? Let's see here. Yeah, Jet Black PC Engine would have been dope. There exists somewhere in the universe where that happened, and it was Nintendo that had forced to go third party, says Pope. Yeah, because Nintendo probably offered more money, I'm guessing. You mean we could have had Super Dreamcast, Pope? The Super Dreamcast MK was going to be on the TG16. Wow. That would have really brought the console to more people's attention. Might have been a nail in the coffin of Mortal Kombat, though. Hard to say. Consumers are fickle fuckers, says Screw the Net. I'm not quite sure on the whole Mortal Kombat story or how that went down. I know very little about that whole thing. But I would like to know more. Who brought that? Rover? Rover, if you want to elaborate on how that whole thing if you know the story, that would be awesome. Rover says, Fragmir and I were going to attempt our own port of Mortal Kombat to the TG16 using the arcade card, but we lacked a decent tool chain back then. 2005 build of QC was just not good enough, says Rover. Interesting. Interesting. Genesis was on par with SNES in terms of sales in the USA, says Matthew. Did my answer already come out? Says Nuff Dragon.
Yes, you were
yes.
7.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was early on. Karate Werewolf says I used to be able to one-shot blazing lasers. Probably my first console game addiction. Nice. I have Gunhead. I don't have blazing lasers, but I'm not that good at it. Let's see here. The highlight of my PS3. I feel like blazing lasers or Gunhead it's a kind of, for a shoot 'em up, it's kind of a long game. The Pope says the highlight of my PS3 days were buying PC Engine games. That was so cool, right? When you could do that, man. I was doing that, yeah, on the PS3 and the PS Vita. Yeah, I think PS Vita too. I think when you bought it on one, you can play it on the other, right? It had like Vita crossplay. Screw the Net says Chakan looked cool, but it played like a nightmare. Challenging with few lives, but one-hit death at final boss, then restart. Then you have to. What? We were just playing a game that was like this. What was it? Shadow of the Beast. You Shadow of the Beast, you die, you're dead. You're dead forever. You return back to the title screen if you die.
No.
Desert Lizard, welcome in. Saru God, how is you? Welcome in, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Welcome. Welcome, how are you? Screw the Net says, if only the Neo Geo had better advertising, it was more affordable. I think it was more the affordability because people knew what Neo Geo was. You could not have been a kid growing up in the 90s and not know what a Neo Geo was. At least in California, you knew what a Neo Geo was. Like, everybody knew what a Neo Geo was, and everybody knew you couldn't afford it unless you were that one rich kid that went to fucking Pacific Palisades and their parents were rich. And you got to play it at their house once, but you could only play it for like a round or two, and then their parents kicked you out of the house because they thought you were going to steal stuff. Just me? Oh, okay. If only the Neo Geo had better advertising and was more... Oh, yeah. $200 to $300 a game. Well, and people were doing it. It's crazy. People were doing that shit. It was crazy. Screw the Net says, I mean, I never heard of the console version. I love the arcade, of course. Silly Saru. Which arcade? Oh, man. What were we talking about? We talked about so many things. Oh, you're talking about, yeah, the arcade versus the home console. Yeah. True. But still, people didn't know about the home console too, man. I remember we knew a guy in the neighborhood that had one. Dude, and he had crazy shit. But then we found out because he sold a lot of cocaine. So I guess like he had like tons of like, he was buying all this stuff with drug money. And I think the guy got like arrested or something. But like the guy was like selling like mad cocaine. And so that's why he had like a Neo Geo and stuff. And like he would always invite like the boys to come over and play. It was a weird time. It was a weird time. $300 a game. You're basically buying arcade boards. So that was a whole thing. They still make cabs for the Neo Geo. I want one with all the games. Are you talking about the MVSX? We saw one in the Japan's like thing. They had one of those MVSX things in the... They had it somewhere. I don't remember where they had it. We saw one somewhere. It looks kind of cool. I kind of want one now. Even though the button placement is completely dumb. Couldn't they have just redone the buttons? Like, why did they do the buttons like that? Anyway, it's kind of a cute little thing. Karate Werewolf says the sound chip Yamaha designed for the Neo Geo still sounds good today. It was expensive for that component alone. I would imagine, dude, the music was so good. There's so many Neo Geo soundtracks that, like, any King of Fighters soundtrack was just amazeballs, freaking Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting. Oh my god, so much stuff. Tengai Makyo Shinden, or what was it called here? Kabuki Clash. Dude, Kabuki Clash had such a kick-ass soundtrack. ass. The sound chip, I'm sorry, I just see these repro Neo Geo cabs on websites all the time. They sell well. Refurbed, gotcha. Is it the MVSX? I feel like it's the MVSX. Alright, let's see here. Neo Geo USB arcade sticks were like $50 for the longest time. And now, what are they? Way more expensive. Are they? Are those Neo Geo, those white things? What are we talking about? The Neo Geo USB. Oh, you're right! The Neo Geo X. The Neo Geo X arcade sticks. They were like $50. I am so happy I bought 2 of them. Dude, I got them for like 30 a piece. So I lucked out. I'm glad I did, man. Seriously, I lucked out crazy getting those. I bought 2 of them. One of them is still in the box. I haven't even opened it. Because I'm waiting for this one to like die and then open it. Or if I have like 2-player Poly Mega Neo Geo CD fun time one of these days. Alright, let's get back to the weekly question. We had asked you guys, what was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Number 13 comes to us from Randrick. Randrick says, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Wrecking Crew on the NES. I remember renting it and spending literally a whole day playing it with my dad. Another great memory I have is renting Castlevania and discovering this great game. It was probably not too long after Wrecking Crew. Side note, if it had not been for game rental, I would never have played as many games as I have during my childhood. 100%. I feel like the video game rental market in the US made it possible for a lot of us to play all of these games. I feel like many of us would have grown up not playing so many games if it wasn't for video game rental stores. So yeah, I 100% agree. The Pope says the Genesis should have had more Neo Geo ports. Both ran on an X68K processor, and modern development shows that it could have been better Neo Geo ports than it got. The Brazilian Real Bout port is proof. That one's crazy, man. That's so crazy. Even though it's not like, obviously it's not a 1-1 port, the game had to be rebuilt from scratch. Some stuff is different, right? Because they had to like, what did they use? Like, Hamu Pig? Is that what it's called? Hamu Pig? Is the thing that they use? The SDK. Cassius, what's up? Welcome in. He says, howdy, what's up, Cassie Mules? How are you? Welcome in. Alright. Since Sapphire is over, we're gonna listen to some Tengai Makyo Shinden, but I'm open to, should I just look for a Kabuki? Maybe that was Kabuki Clash. I'm open to other soundtrack suggestions. But right now, we're gonna listen to Kabuki Clash for the Nerger. The Nerger. Seeing games on display or demos at Toys R Us and KB Toy Stores was awesome. So overwhelming as a 6-year-old. Man, I remember seeing when the Turbo Duos were first a thing, Toys R Us was like the only place where you could go and check out that kiosk. Anyway, this is a much louder soundtrack. Toys R Us had the Turbo Duo kiosks. My brain is very wired, TurboGrafx wired. When the TurboGrafx was a thing, this was before the Turbo Duo, you could go to Radio Shack, and Radio Shack had the TurboGrafx kiosks. I remember that my first time playing a TurboGrafx 16 was at a Radio Shack, and I was not impressed, like, at all. I was like, man, this shit sucks, I remember. It wasn't until I saw eSpook 1 and 2 being played at a game store in Little Tokyo called Pony Toy Go Round in, what was it called back then? Yaohan Plaza on 3rd and Alameda, that I knew that I wanted one for all of the anime goodness that the CD attachment provided. But when I first played the TurboGrafx 16, I played it at Radio Shack, and I was like, man, this is ass. Who wants this? Because the Genesis was already a thing. You know, so you saw that, and you compare that to the Genesis, you're like, you know, but this was before like a lot of games came out. Then I would fall in love with a bunch of HuCard games as well, right? Like I got Jackie Chan when it was new, and freaking Parasol Stars. And it was a different story. But when I first played it, I was not impressed. I was like, man, I'm like, this sucks. But anyhow, we're now listening to Tengai Makyo Shinden, aka Kabuki Clash for the Neo Geo. I think this is the Neo Geo CD version. It sounds too clean. But anyhow, back to the weekly question, Randrick. Wrecking Crew, man, I played a lot of Wrecking Crew for the longest time. I couldn't get the music out of my head. I'm trying to remember how it goes. Is that the one? Well, it doesn't matter. We're listening to music right now, but I remember the Wrecking Tune jingle because like it was like ingrained in your brain. And I remember I was like, "Is this Mario?" Was it Mario? I never actually knew if it was Mario, if it was just another character. But in my head, I was like, it's Mario. He's a construction worker now. He was a man of many hats.
That's what I thought so too.
That he was Mario,
Yeah.
Wrecking Crew? I never... Even after the power of the internet, I never confirmed if it was actually Mario. I thought it was Mario. I thought it was Mario. I never knew. I don't know. So I'm sure one of you guys will educate me here right now real quick. All right, back to the question. Number 14. Comes to us from Matthew. What was the first game you rented? Matthew, a.k.a. Commander Shepard, a.k.a. Multicle 2030 says, Matthew here. My first game that I ever rented was either one of the Army of Men from the 3DO company for the PlayStation at Hollywood Video, or it was Maximo for the PS2. Maximo was dope. Maximo was a cool game. Ghosts and Goblins in 3D, basically. Maximo is basically Ghosts and Goblins in 3D. So you like ghouls and ghosts? You played Maximo. I don't know what the Army Men for 3D, the 3DO company. Is that the one where you're like little toy soldiers? Am I thinking of the right game? Maybe? Are you like little like toy soldiers? I don't know. Let's see here. Let me make sure I didn't miss any comments.
It was Mario.
Let's see here. It was Mario and Luigi.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. That's what I thought. Let's see here. The Pope says the PC Engine got some decent Neo Geo ports, plus early Asuka 120%. Kind of an underrated fighting game machine. It really did. And the cool thing, not only did it get a port of Asuka 120% Burning Fest, the port of Burning Fest for the Maxima for PC Engine added 4 new characters that weren't on the original versions, right? So like originally the plan, I remember reading the articles back in the day or seeing the articles talking about it, and they would show pictures of the FM Towns version of Asuka 120% Burning Fest and only showing the original 6 characters, right? Which was like Asuka, Kumi, the pom-pom bitch, Megumi, lipstick lesbian, karate lesbian, and volleyball lesbian. And then they added the 4 new characters for the PC Engine one. And I was like, man, this is like a whole new game. Sadly, I did not get Asuka because I chose to get Variable Geo because 1, it came out first. 2, I was obsessed with Yuka Takeuchi, and I would draw that character everywhere in my binders. I would always draw her just from here, like, you know, from like the booby part from the shirt, everywhere. I was obsessed with that design. I ended up getting Variable Geo, so sadly, I never got Asuka until the PS1. When the PS1 version came out, I got that, like, the first week it was out, I got Excellent. And I loved it. It was excellent. But sadly, I wish I could say, oh yeah, I got the PC Engine version. But, you know, I didn't. And it was a game that I wanted. But games back then, like especially import games, you could only afford so many imports. And another import I got, similar time frame, was Fatal Fury 2. And the arcade card, that set me back like $1 million back then. It may as well have been $1 million back then. So I never got it. But yeah, Asuka's amazing. Karate Werewolf says the Turbo Duo I bought was bundled with Eastbook 1 and 2, along with Gate of Thunder and 2 Bonk games. I love this system. Very fond memories of it. Yes, the original Turbo Duo came with a loose copy of Ninja Spirit, Turbo Duo branded discs for eSbook 1 and 2, which was different from the original disc. Turbo Duo branded 3-in-1 Gate of Thunder, Bonk's Adventure, and Bonk's Revenge, and Bomberman. There's a hidden code to play Bomberman. I actually still have my original cover art that I did for it because it didn't come with a backing. So when I was a kid, I drew my own backing for it. So this is basically, whoa, that scared the shit out of me.
Sorry.
This is the thing that came. I didn't have a Turbo Duo. I had to buy the Super CD ROM combo pack, which was it was like $120 from TurboZone Direct. So because I had the original TurboGrafx CD, I had to buy the Super CD thing. So my Super CD combo came with this, which is a 3-in-1. It has all the manuals in it. There's like 3 manuals. It came with the eSbook 1 and 2. Neither of them had back artwork. And for the people who bought the Super CD pack, did not get Ninja Spirit, but you did get the Super CD card, but no Ninja Spirit card. So if you bought the Turbo Duo, you got Ninja Spirit packed in it. If you didn't, like me, because I had a TurboGrafx CD because I bought a used TurboGrafx CD, mine came with this, the Super CD card, and the Turbo Duo branded East 1 and 2, which for me was just extra because I already had the original East 1 and 2, so technically I had 2 copies. I still had the Turbo Duo branded one, but because it didn't have artwork on the back, I would always draw my own artworks. I was very crazy about like Crayola color markers. So 13-year-old me at the time would draw shit with Crayola. Gordo's like, okay, boomers, dude, you miss all the good talks. Yeah, and I put 4-in-1 because technically it was 4-in-1 because of Bomberman. I had drawn a little Bomberman panel, and I would always use these, like, back in the day, they used to sell sheets at like the 99-cent store, and it was just stickers with all the letters. You had like 4-letter A's and B's, C, all the way through, and so you would use that to like write stuff. Eventually, my friend had like one of those label makers, and he made me this thing. But yeah, this was. I had drawn like the spine even on this side. It has like. The Super, I took that from a VHS tape that was like, it said like super, I don't remember, super high VHS something or another. I cut it from that, and then the same like shitty like CD things, and then I wrote that because you know, there was no art for it, so I had to draw shit for it. Alright, let's get back to the question. Good old green versus tan Lil Soldiers. It was the R-Beam, the plastic green soldiers, says Matthew. Variable Geo, I don't think I got really good until Advanced VG2. It didn't, but man, there was something I loved about that artwork so much. I'm so sad I never got to go to the Anna Miller's in Japan. Focus, there it is. I never got to go to Anna Miller's before it closed. I had many an opportunity to go, and it closed during the pandemic. But not because of the pandemic. They were just like, they were just closing it. But man, I wish I had gone. That's why don't leave don't leave for tomorrow what you could do today. Don't wait for tomorrow for what you could do today, because you know tomorrow might be a totally different thing. I never got to go to Anna Miller's, and I'm super sad. They still have them in Hawaii, but like I don't know, it's not the same.
The early bird catches it.
Okay.
But the second mouse gets the cheese.
But the second mouse lays the egg. I still can't believe NEC's follow-up system disaster with a PCFX. I know. I have a PC. I don't know if you could. No, you probably can't.
Yeah, you can.
There it is. I have a PCFX. Dude, that PCFX sits in the box more than... It's sat in that box for years. I pulled it out for one stream one time. But for the most part, that fucker sits in that box forever. It's always in the box. But I never did buy one back in the day. Even though I was a huge TurboGrafx PC Engine fan, I never got a PCFX. I never had any interest in the PCFX. I had no interest in it at all. And I wouldn't buy one until way later. when it was like super cheap. I don't remember. I paid like $200 for it, and it's like brand new. I don't know, back in like 2012. Yeah, it would have been like 2012, 2013. I don't know. Long time. 20
What?
for that thing. How old are we? 26, 11 years ago.
PCFX?
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Yeah, about 15 years ago.
15. I bought it like 15 years ago, maybe 14, 15 years ago. There's like nothing good on it. There's like 2 good games, right? Freaking Zenki Effects and what is it called? Zero Igar. And even Zero Igar is not even. Zero Igar is mediocre at best. The PC Engine had shooters that vested Zero Igar in so many ways. Zero Igar is beautiful. It's a very pretty game, beautiful cutscenes, but as a shooter, it kind of sucks. I'd much rather be playing freaking Sylphia or Spriggan or the millions of other great PC Engine shoot 'em ups. Terrible. Rover says, when the current PCFX development toolchain is all fixed up, expect to see some nice new games for it that far surpass the crap that actually came out back in the day. Oh, and that would be our perfect excuse to make our hentai game. That'll be the perfect excuse. It'll be the perfect console to do it on.
Do what?
Do it, Rover. Team Innocent is okay, but like, it's alright. It's aight. Damn, that thing goes. Jesus. Jesse's looking up like all my like rare like hardware. Apparently the ROM amp, the cheapest one, is $300 loose without the speakers.
Without the
it's
speakers.
just the amp. It's missing the speakers.
With the speakers.
Mine is in speakers and box. And the only thing mine is missing are the little things that hold the system in place, and the microphone that came with it. I think it came with its own microphone. Either way, I don't have it. You can use my characters for the hentai game. I am granting you
Sorry, I was
license.
choking on my saliva.
Let's see here. It has a shower scene in space. Does it? The pub says 3 games. Zenki, a shmup, and a single screen platformer. I can't remember the name. Chip Chan Kick. It's called Chip Chan Kick. Chip Chan Kick. But if you like single screen platformers, we are making a single screen platformer called the Nyanja. You can pre-order it right now. We are doing a pre-order thing for people who pre-order it. They're gonna have like a little SaruMaru.com pre-order section. There isn't gonna be many names in that section because not many people are pre-order it. But we'll put a little blurb in there for anyone who pre-orders it up until December 5th. That's the cutoff, because we're actually gonna get ready to send the game, to get the game made. So December 5th is the cutoff for that. Weird hardware. I learned about PC Engine Laserdisc that can't play Nyanja. So get the real Nyanja, says Inubase. Pre-orders are at SaruMaru.com. Yes, you can pre-order our game, the Nyanja, if you're into single screen platform games like Chip Chan Kick. But I feel like the Nyanja is a much better game than Chip Chan Kick. It doesn't have lollies, but it has kitties. That's almost as fun. Alright, let's see. Let's get back to the weekly question. Let me just make sure that I didn't miss any comments. I like to read everyone's comments here. The Pope says, I've told friends about Nyanja. It melts the Snow Brothers, says the Pope. Thank you, I appreciate it. There's the link to our website. You can pre-order it. If you want in on the Nyanja when it comes out, you can do so. Because we're only going to get it to pre-orders first. We'll Kickstarter people first. The second wave will go to pre-orders and then everyone else. So Kickstarter people, number 1. Pre-orders on SaruMaru.com, number 2. And then we'll figure it out after that. For anyone who doesn't pre-order, we'll figure it out afterwards. And Jiggling Physics. I did put Jiggling Physics. They were actually way more jiggly. I cut down the frames. But originally there was way more There was a lot more jiggle physics, but then I was like, this might be too many frames. There were some frames cut out of it. Let's see here. Let's get back to the question. That was Matthew, right? We had asked you guys, what was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Number 15 comes to us from JT. JT says, I really don't remember, lol, but I remember my first console that I've owned was an SNES. Too many great SNES that I've rented. I can't recall the first one. The only thing I remember is my SNES came bundled with Super Mario World. Now you're playing with power, super power. JT, if you're still here, do you remember, like, I should have worded it what the first game you remember renting. Because a lot of people don't remember their first one. But if you remember the first one you remember renting. Karate Werewolf says Steam release with more jiggle? Maybe. It's possible. But probably not, I think. Because I think we're taking like all of those frames. I think it would require changing the base core coding. I really don't want to give Rover any more work. Rover is the programmer of the Nyanja. If you guys don't know, Marilyn on Rover in chat is the programmer to the Nyanja and our FX unit Yuki as well. But yeah, I'd rather I feel like that might be, I don't know, unless Rover's up to adding the rest of the frames for the jiggles. For the jiggles we could, but I really don't want to. If they get the CD replication process correct and Saru does not need to educate them on how to press discs, says Matthew. Yes, that was a problem with FX unit Yuki. We had sent them out to get pressed. That was a whole ordeal. Man, part of that is my fault too, because they messed up on the demos one time and I still sent Yuki to them to make, and then they messed it up the first time as well. I'm like, oh my god, that should have been the first thing. I was trying to, I was like, people deserve second chances. They fucked it up and then never again. But anyhow, let's see here. But yeah, Steam release is happening. We are doing a Steam release for FX unit Yuki and for the Nyanja as well. We actually have Steam page. The Steam page is not set up because I don't have a 2-player demo yet. As soon as we get a 2-player demo done, I will finish up with the Steam page. I don't want to put the 1-player demo. You can get the demo now for the PC version. It's a 1-player demo. That's available on SaruPro.itch.io, and right now it's a 1-player demo. I want the demo for the Steam page to be as close to the real game as possible, with the cutscenes and stuff before we put that Steam page up. And actually, I wanted to ask Unibase, can you help me with some stuff? I know you're super busy, but maybe when you have time, I was going to pick your brain. I want to pick your brain about the Steam page. I already have it set up. It's approved. I just need to fill out some of it. Like, some stuff confuses me about it. I'm confused about how the page works. But all I have to do is hit that launch button. Well, I have to upload the 2-player demo. I have to upload the 2-player demo to Steam, but it's pretty much ready. Once we upload the demo, and I need to like do all the graphics. I was reading that you don't want to launch your Steam page. You want to launch your Steam page with it being as complete as possible for it to get the best visibility. Unibase, is that true? I have read many an article that have said don't. There is weird shit. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Unibase. Okay, yes, guide me through the weird shit, please. I will make it up to you somehow. But there is weird shit. There is weird shit I don't understand. I'm like, what does this mean? What does this mean? You can buy them around the figures when you I will buy you all the figures you want if you help me with these things.
And I won't be there.
And Jesse won't be there. I will eat them with you. It'll be me and you. All the figures, your heart desires. And beer. All the beer and pig ears you can consume. But yeah, if you can help me with that, I would love that. I would love that. But yeah. Horumon and beer, yes. Yeah. But I'm excited. I feel like the biggest part was like getting them to like accept it, right? Now it's just a matter of like putting the stuff up there and putting the page up. The page is like reserved already. Crazy that the Nyanja is the first Steam thing that we're putting up and not FX Unit Yuki, but it is what it is. It's what we're working on right now. So it is what it is. But now that we have once I just need Unibase to hold my hand just for a little while, and then you could throw me into the pit. I just need some guidance. I need you to guide me. I need your wisdom. Unibase is a very smart egg. All right, let's see here. Going back to the question, JT's probably not here anymore. JT probably left. I was hoping giving JT a bit to see if he was here to let us know what some of his first games that he remembers renting. But get paid in pig ears, says Death Dragon. Valve is waiting for Saru to develop FXXXX Unit Yuki to launch on Steam. You could, actually. I don't think Steam has an issue with that stuff. But, man, I don't know. Like, me and Rover were talking about doing, like, more risque stuff. I have a whole, like, puzzle idea. The hentai engine!
Yes, do it.
We have, like, I just don't know, like, if we should release it under the same label. What do you guys think? Because, like, Nyanja is kind of like, you know, I don't want people, like, Nyanja's kind of like a kid's game that, well, not a kid's game, but it's a game that kids can get into, you know, as well, you know? Like, it's a game that we're making that parents can play with their kids. That was a lot of the feedback we got at the show when we took it. Both times we took it to Retro City Games, right? One of the things that came up a lot in that the first anniversary, 10th anniversary game night for Retro City Games was people saying this is a game that I can play with my kids. We heard that a lot. People were like, this is a game that we can play with our kids. You know, so I, you know, they might get this idea of like, oh, you know, it's a wholesome game. Maybe they'll make, you know, more wholesome games, and then the next thing they see is our hentai puzzle game. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
What other games we made? Oh, what is this?
what is this? Oh, it looks like a cute puzzle game. Oh my god, that's a vagina. That's a vagina. Ghosts and Goblins and TMNT were my second, third rentals, says Karate Wolf. Nice! Ghosts and... Oh, and was it Turtles in Time? Dude, I remember renting Turtles in Time and just having so much fun with that one. I actually didn't own that one until way later in time, actually. I didn't own it during its heyday. Because you could only buy so many games back then when you were on a limited budget and you were a poor kid counting on the sympathy of your divorced parents crying about their divorce to get games. Every time I think about the divorce, it makes me sad. What would cheer you up? A new Nintendo game?
No, that was one in the NES. So it's Karate World.
Oh, the OG TMNT? That was one I owned. Was TMNT. You bet your sweet ass. That was like during the time where TMNT was like up and coming. The first TMNT game came out. We paid probably, I don't know, $10, $20 over retail because that happened a lot back in the day. You'd buy Nintendo games. Nintendo was hot. Okay, you were buying these from brick and mortar places in downtown LA and they were going to charge you. I remember my dad paid I don't remember, seven after taxes, he paid almost $70 for Bubble Bobble on the NES, and he was like, $70 for a fucking game. Like, I remember my dad. I still have that copy of Bubble Bobble, and I always remember how he said that, and he bought it anyway. My dad was, you know, like I said, my parents were divorced. My dad would get me stuff. You know, he was a good guy. In the end, I found it. Like my dad was cool. He was cool. The PCB had Capcom emblazoned on it. Look up Poker Ladies, released under the name Mitchell, which was just Capcom in porn mode. Was it? I always thought that Mitchell was like just a third-party company. Is that what we should do? Should we take the Mitchell route and just call it something else? We're gonna call it like
Dick.
Monkey Banana.
Monkey Banana, I know.
The new label is Monkey Banana. Monkey banana. That's gonna be our risque label. Rover, you heard it here. Monkey banana. Panda pink.
Panda pink, yes.
Panda pink.
Smash banana.
Hashtag monkey banana. Let's go. Banana Richard Games. We're not trying to be classy here.
Sick.
Pink Pine Panda. Says Uno Base. But, man, that's crazy. I always thought Mitchell was a totally separate company. Was that the story? It was like... Because didn't they release Buster Bros under the Mitchell name? Right? And didn't they do... I thought it was a different company. I didn't... Interesting. Because Capcom did release it, but development for Buster Bros was credited to Mitchell, wasn't it? Pineapples and flamingos, says Gordos. Fisting Bros.
Fisting Bros.
Says Ando Gamer. Docking Daddies. Yes.
Yeah, we were just saying that.
I know.
People knew people were gonna go. What are you talking about?
Fine dicks, says Rover. All right, let's get back to the question. What was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Number 16 comes to us from Dark Entity. Dark says, there's no way I can remember the exact first one, but the one that always stuck with me was Sonic Heroes for the PS2, though I had an interesting experience with that as well. My memory card couldn't recognize the game for some reason, meaning everything I did in the game had to be done in one sitting. I was able to beat all 4 story modes, but sadly, I was never able to unlock the last Metal Sonic. But regardless, even if the game's controls haven't aged well by today's standards, I did have a ton of fun playing it, even if I never technically owned it. I feel like a lot of us felt that way with the rentals. Like a lot of people who were like, I was one of the people who would rent rentals multiple times, right? Not in this like in the same week or whatever, but like I would play it and then I'd remember how much fun I had with that game and I would re-rent it at some point, right? I'm sure you did similar things, right? Like you'd rent a game, you'd play a game you thought was fun and you'd rent it. Let's see here. Brotherly Love Games. This is Gornos. No, that doesn't make sense because Rover is part of that whole suit. We should just call it... I don't know. We'll think of something.
Hollywood Video used to return a game and you can't get it. You know how some people like,
oh yeah, Blockbuster did that too. You couldn't immediately rent, like, especially if a game was hot, you couldn't immediately rent it.
Me and my cousin would return it and he would have membership. So he'd be like, can I have that game? And then
it'd be like, oh, that game came out of the thing. Yeah, people would do that. Yeah, people would do that. Like I said, I worked at Blockbuster and people used to come in. I would see them coming together. I'm standing there looking at like the Dropbox, right? Because like the Blockbuster I worked at was on Wilshire, so the Dropbox faced the street, right? Yeah. So I'm like standing there like, you know, putting in the, you know, cartridges or whatever, because we'd like sleeve them as they came in, right? And I'm watching these kids coming together, blah 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 blah. They'd get to the thing, drop the thing, and then the other kid would just stare there, staring. The one kid would go in, right? And be like, oh, do you have this game? And the person in the counter's like, oh, it's checked out right now. Can you check if it came in? And I'm sitting there like, sure. Yes, it came in. Oh, wow.
Just my luck.
So lucky. And they rent it. Like... And their friends like, you know, he's outside staring in the window like, yes.
Let's go play again.
And then they'd run. They were like teens too. Gotta go now. Have fun, guys. See you in the base. Thanks for stopping in. Bye. I appreciate it. Remember, we're holding hands.
Eating figures.
We're holding hands eating figures. I mean, you're holding my hand through the Steam page process.
Me running away.
All right, let's get to the next one here. Next one comes to us from... Ooh, we still got quite a few. All right. Number 17 comes to us from Gizmo. Same question. He says, hi, guys. Sorry I don't have an answer to this because I don't remember I had to be it had to be something on the Sega Genesis, but so much time has gone by that I don't know now. Maybe it was Sonic. I did rent Rush 2 on the N64 dozens of times once I got an N64 because I enjoyed driving around the tracks and pretending it was an actual car, but that likely wasn't the first. So I'm going to go with something for the Genesis, but not sure what. Damn, that's totally our bad. We worded it weirdly. Because most people are not going to remember.
Yeah.
Like I can't even for sure say which one was my first.
It was a good question, but we didn't really think about
Yeah,
it.
that's why the wording is important.
Yeah.
Because we always say, and I always say, this is why the wording is important. Because I know, like sometimes, like Jesse will be like, whatever, you know,
Not
whatever.
anymore. It used to be
Yeah.
like that, but not anymore.
It's
That's
like-
why the last question, I was like, we gotta make sure.
Yeah, because Jesse used to be like, whatever, who cares? Just toss it out. Close enough, right? Jesse's always like, close enough, whatever it is. That's your anger. That's his anger farts. He gets mad. But that's why wording is important.
It is, yeah.
It's important. Wording is important. All right, moving on. Talking about Gizmo's answer, Rush 2. What was Rush 2? I don't remember Rush. Maybe he means, was it Rush 2049? Is Gizmo here? Are you here, Gizmo? Gizmo?
Oh, that's
I
right.
don't
You know my
Gizmo's
dogs.
here.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. Way to go, Jesse.
No.
All right. I don't know if Gizmo is here. Gizmo, are you here? Yeah, that is very loud. It's very shrill. Let's see here. Colin Swinburne says, my first game I ever rented was Ice Cream by Muscles. It's not a game. It's not a game. Hey, there are other Aussie bands I like too.
Now they're staring at the TV.
Now they're staring. Oh no. Oh no, I'm sorry. They're staring at the TV.
Oh.
Oh no. Rush 2 was a racing game. I was addicted to it, but it wasn't that great. Rush, like San Francisco Rush? Rush 2 was the second, N64 racing game. 2049 was the third. I never played Rush 2. I only played San Francisco Rush and then Rush 2049. So I guess I never played. It wasn't interesting. Yeah, I don't remember 2. I love the first game. I remember playing that shit at Mary Kay's. They had like 6 of them linked up. It was freaking awesome. We did the same thing when 2049 came out. 2049 was awesome. Man, I don't remember. All right. That's the end of this soundtrack. If somebody wants to give me another soundtrack to listen to, I will pick the coolest one, which is subjective to my likes. So, let's see here. My cousin's arcade has a 2049. Your cousin has an arcade like right now? Cool. We're coming over. Mark of the Wolves. Mark of the Wolves. Garo. Mark of the Wolves. Alright, let's see. Fatal Fury. Mark of the Wolves. Garuru. Here it goes. This is the intro. Let's skip the intro. Oh, that sounds like a lot of weird, like, sound bits. Let's just get to one of the songs. Actually, maybe we'll listen to the... Is there an actual soundtrack? And not like a game rip? 15th anniversary box. Fatal Fury 15th anniversary. That's like all Fatal Fury. Arcade, Neo Geo. Maybe we can listen to the arranged soundtrack. Or is it gonna be like weird?
Real about OST.
Which Real Bout? Real Bout 1? Okay, arranged is weird. I don't like it. I don't like it! Oh, here we go. Dreamcast one seems to be pretty pretty organized. Oh, but Dreamcast is arranged also. Let's see. The Neo Geo ones have all the little sound bits that are weird. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just skip all the little sound bites.
This is One Raw Blood.
Ooh, God, Rondo Blood is another excellent soundtrack. It makes me come. All right, let's get back to the weekly question, you guys. Very awesome, Gizmo. I just learned that is Gizmo here? No, Gizmo's not here. But,
Yeah, Gizmo's here.
Oh, Gizmo's here.
He is Mr. Swole.
Oh, is that Gizmo?
Yeah, it's Gizmo. Yeah.
I was like, why is this person a mod? I was just wondering. I was gonna ask you about that. That's Gizmo. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't even know that. Mr. Swalls. Rush 2 was a game. I'm sitting here like, who the fuck is that and why are they a mod? I was about to talk to Jesse about that after. I was like, why is this person a mod? Got it. Okay. Sorry, I had a jam. That's like the best part of the song. All right, moving on. Same question. What was the first game you rented? Number 18 comes to us from the King of Hades. The King of Hades says it was Castlevania. I was able to find it at a local market. It was love at first time trying it, says the King of Hades. I wonder if he means the original Castlevania, because I know he's younger than me, so I kind of wonder which Castlevania it was. But interesting. Robert Miles' Children. Real About 2. Oh, Real About 2 arranged soundtrack. Dude, Real About music is awesome too. Alright, we'll do Real About after hearing a few of the key tracks here. Alright. That was Gizmo. Rush 2, King of Hades. Alright, next question. Next one comes to us from Karate Wolf. What was the first game you ever rented or remember renting? Karate Wolf says Mega Man on the NES. Stayed up all night with my friends to finish it. The first Mega Man 1? Dude, Mega Man 1, I bought that game. All my friends hated it. It wasn't until Mega Man 2 we were like, you want this Mega Man? I was like, I was trying to get you mofos to play it. And I remember trying so hard to get my friends to like Mega Man. I was like it, it's cool. It's cool. Why don't you like my game? Game sucks. Mega Man 2 came out. People were like, you heard this Mega Man game? It's so cool. The robot takes like the other boss's powers. I'm like, that's stupid. I tried to show you this game like a year ago.
Yeah, stupid.
Seriously, kids are fucking dumb. Sorry. At least, I'm sorry, kids back then. I don't want to say that people have children. Kids back then were dumb. It was a bit on the hard side. Yeah, and that's what everyone hated about it. And I bought it, and I wanted to feel justified about my purchase. Because we had gone to the store to look for Kid Nicky, right? We were going to come home with Kid Nicky. Was the game I wanted to come home with, and there was no Kid Nicky, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta pick something. I gotta pick, and like a lot of the games, they were like weird. Like at that time, there was like that. It was like Russian Attack and like a bunch of games I just didn't want. Right? I don't remember what other games there were, but I didn't want any of them. And I remember looking at the backs of all of them because I got into the habit of you had to look at the back of the games to like see screenshots or whatever, you know. And I got into the habit of looking at it. I remember I think the back of Mega Man, the back of the box had like that Captain Commando art that was freaking weird. Do you guys remember? I want to say that was on the back of the box. Let me see. I don't even remember what was on the back. But I remember I think it was just it was like you just saw the characters and I was like, oh, this looks cool. I like the way the characters kind of like look chibi to me. Or maybe I'm just smoking crack. Where's the back of the box? Yeah! So it had the bosses. The bosses were on the back of the box. And it was talking about him. I remember seeing the bosses, and I remember looking at Eligman and being like, oh, he looks cool. Can you be... My brain, I thought you can be like the characters, you know? I didn't know the concept of Mega Man at the time. This was before Mega Man 2 was a thing. Let's see here. I can't remember the first game I rented, but I remember the day I got Mega Man 2. It was a hot summer day. We bought it from a hardware store of all places. We get home and Grandma and I were locked out of the house. Oh no. Was like nobody else there? Saru quote, kids are fucking dumb. Says Ondo Gamer. Koryun. Who would want a game called Koryun? I know, Koryun's fucking dumb. Let's see here. But yeah, Mega Man was hard. I remember, that's my Mega Man story. I remember getting it, looking at the boss screens, thinking I could be any of those characters. I'm like, this looks cool. I had no idea. I was a kid. I don't know, 9, 10, whatever age. You know, I took it home, and I still liked it. Took it home. I remember the first character I picked was Elec Man. And then when Mega Man popped out, I was super confused because I didn't like. I guess I didn't really read the manual. You like sift through it. I went home. I don't remember what the situation was, but I went home. The first character I picked was Elec Man, and I'm like, cool. I'm gonna be this guy. He comes out. He does his shit, and then Mega Man pops out. And you're like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? But then the music starts playing. And you're like, wow. The music was the best thing ever. My first experience with Mega Man was Elec Man stage, and he, to this day, he's my favorite boss. First Mega Man stage I ever played was Elec Man, and the music locked me in. All right, let's see here. We got a couple more. Thank you for that answer, Karate Wolf. Mega Man is an absolute great memory in my tiny brain. Number 20 comes to us from Inu Base. What was the first game you ever rented? Inu Base says, okay, let's get to the point. It was the one game published by Tengen, Alien Syndrome for the NES. Never got the hang of it, but it was cool. Unfortunately, it gave me the impression that Tengen was a seal of quality. That didn't last long. The other one was the Silver Surfer for the NES. Didn't have a good time with that. Cool music though. Renting was never the best way to try games back home. Low quality stuff. People stealing the games, gray market, piracy, trade-ins, and socializing with friends were better options. Yeah, that would have been because at this time, Inu Base, you know, he grew up in Mexico, so I'm sure it was that was a whole thing. Piracy is still a really big thing in Mexico, right? Like piracy is still something that's crazy in Mexico. All right, let's go to Real Bout Arranged Soundtrack. Who was that? The Pope? Real Bout 2 Arranged. I think the Neo Geo CD uses that same one. Real Bout 2, where are you? Very, very Real Bout 2, the newcomers. Let's see, PS2 probably has the arranged. Neo Geo CD. Neo Geo CD will have the arranged soundtrack. We'll go with Neo Geo CD version, because all the other ones... Oh no, it's here. Real Bout Fatal Fury 2 arranged soundtracks. Cool. This is the intro. Let's get right to it. And he's born. This is Honfu. Honfu, aka Jackie Chan with nunchucks. That's all Honfu is. Honfu is totally Jackie Chan. Tell me Honfu is not Jackie Chan with nunchucks. He totally is. All right, let's see. I got it. Yeah, first game I remember. My cousin was over too. I just remembered him being a brat while I was while I was chill. Oh, the Pope says, I can't remember the first game I rented. Mega Man 2. It says, of the house, mom came home eventually. My cousin was over too. I just remember being a brat while I was chill. Real About 2, that Rick Stroud theme. Do you want to just go straight to Rick Stroud? Alright. I dig it. I have Mexican street corn. Dude, that shit is so good. Dude, you go to Mexico and it's like the options are like crazy. Like here you get the same one, right? Like here you get the corn with the mayo and the whatever, the cotija cheese or the queso fresco and like the sauce. In Mexico, you have your option of corn, your option of like mayo, right? Like dude, like mayo, like sriracha mayo. They had one that was like a peanut sauce that was spicy as fuck. You remember the spicy ass peanut one? It was so good, but man, that shit was hot. Even for I like hot, and it was hot for me too. Straight up a KOF theme in a Fatal Fury game. Yeah, it sounds a lot like something you would hear in King of Fighters, right? Like in King of Fighters 96, there's that one theme. It reminds me of the theme for the Kyokugenryu team in 96. Alright, very cool answer, Inu Base. Alright, the last one. The last one to take the show home is from a Sasquatch in Time, who is uploading stuff to YouTube, you guys, by the way.
Yeah.
Check out Sasquatch. I try to always check him out whenever I can. Whether it's on YouTube or the bathroom, I always try to take a peek to see what Sasquatch is doing. Number 21. Sasquatch in Time says, it's tough to remember the first rental, but I am getting some flashbacks. I think it most likely was pro wrestling for the NES. The music is still in my head to this day. Starman is the GOAT. Also, early rentals was 1942, Alpha Mission, Russian Attack, Trojan, Legacy of Wizard, Mega Man, Rampage, Adventure of Lolo, Solomon's Key, Bart vs. the Space Mutants. And though never was able to sneak this rental, I do remember frequently checking out the box and sneaking a peek of the back of the Taboo and now very expensive Bubble Bath Babes. Ironically, I never peeked even more than once on the NES game Taboo, The Sixth Sense, because that game was only lame cards with a stupid sun graphic. Where is The Sixth Sense? Your mind? It should have been boobs. So yeah, pro wrestling, those man grapplers, says Sasquatch. I love that. What was this poll? Was potato or corn? Potato or corn? We should just have random polls.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
What was your worst rental? Oh shit. My worst rental. It's funny because even though I remember renting Mickey Mouse Capades, that was far from the worst one. It was one of them was the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde game that got returned. But was that the worst? I feel like there was another one that was really bad that I rented, and I was like, what is this shit?
I rented Longest Man in Life. It was horrible. I have it, but it's just
pretty
like,
game.
Yeah, pretty game.
It's a pretty game. Graphically, it's pretty. Man. Yeah, I might have to. If we're talking about NES days, it might have to go to freaking whatchamacallit. It might have to go to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But I know there's worse games. Ando Gamers is fucking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Burn it. That was a rental. We were talking about this earlier because Ando Gamer mentioned it, and I remember I was sharing my anger for Dr. Jekyll with Ando Gamer. else was there? I know there was bad games. I try not to rent games that were shit. I remember renting, oh, you know what game was kind of shit that I rented? And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Was, 7-Up. 7-Up for the NES was
Cool
shit.
Spot?
No, not Cool Spot.
Oh, 7.
7-Up, the game. Cool Spot. Cool Spot was cool. You were a little guy, you were running around, you were shooting stuff. That game was good. The NES had a 7-Up game, and it was like a puzzle game. And I like puzzle games, but it was a puzzle game that sucked. Like, it was a sucky puzzle game.
Oh, it's Spot.
Yeah, it was just called Spot. Man, that game sucked. That was a rental too, actually. Not Cool Spot. I'm talking about the original NES game for Spot. And that was a rental.
That's horrible.
And it was a rental that sucked. Alright, I took this game home. I'm like, this is gonna be cool. No, that game sucked. The coolest thing about that game is that the Spot would come out and he'd do like a little dance, and sometimes he'd like moonwalk to like other like blocks, you know. That was the coolest part about that game, but the game sucked. Dude, that game sucked. What else did I get that was shit? I was looking for puzzle games that were like good, right? Like I remember playing Dr. Mario. Another game I rented was Othello. I don't know if you guys remember Othello. That was another piece of shit NES game that could have gone in the garbage. You know, I was like, puzzle games didn't start getting good until like the 16-bit era. Because I want to say that like in the NES era, the only good puzzle games for the NES that I really liked were Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario was good. When you compare it to what was out at the time. What else? Obviously Tetris. I was never really big on Tetris. And I'm just counting NES. This is before the 16-bit. Like, once the 16-bit era came along, there were much more interesting puzzle games that were fun. Let's see. Columns. I was addicted to Columns on the Game Gear. For me, it was an 8-bit pick because I had it for the Game Gear. And I loved it. There was a Famicom Puyo Puyo. I never played the Famicom Puyo Puyo. I assume it was probably shit. Was it just the MSX ported to the Famicom? I'm not familiar with it. Othello was boring. That was a shit rental too, Othello. And I guess I was looking for something that was awesome, you know, that was cooler. Dr. Mario showed me what was cool, you know, for puzzles, and I wanted more of that. Because to me, Tetris sucked too. Columns was good too. I like Columns was flashy, simple, colorful, great music. I loved Columns. It was simple, and I liked it. I like Dr. Mario because Dr. Mario was a simple idea, right? Columns was a simple idea. It was one of those puzzle games where you could just keep going, right, and play, and it was just fun. I was looking for more of that. So I rented Spot. Spot turned out to be a huge piece of shit. Othello was an even worse piece of shit. And really, it was the only puzzle games I can remember on the NES that were fun were Dr. Mario. Fuck, there was another one. I can't remember what it was.
Super Puzzle Fighter was great.
Yeah, dude, Super Puzzle, but that we would have to wait a long time before we got cool stuff, cool puzzle games, you know. The Super Puzzle Fighter wasn't until the 32-bit era, and man, I played so much Puzzle Fighter, dude. Absolutely loved Puzzle Fighter. How long have we been streaming, by the way? 3 hours and 15 minutes. All right, well, we're just about done. Cosmo Gang was puzzle. Oh, Cosmo Gang the puzzle. Yeah. 16-bit era had good stuff, right? We got Puzzle Bobble on the Super Famicom. Yeah, Cosmo Gang the puzzle. We got Columns on the Genesis, even though I was already playing Columns on the Game Gear.
Yeah, I was playing Columns. That's when I first played Columns.
On the Game Gear? Yeah, my Game Gear came with Columns.
Yeah.
So I had no choice. It's funny, I was not even excited about Columns You know, because it was the packing game. I was like, this is what they packed in, was this stupid fucking columns game, you know? Like, this... I was not excited about it. I had seen pictures, but I never played it. And I never knew how addicted I would get to columns. Getting to, like, level, whatever, 9 was it? And, like, the shit's just, like, dropping down like crazy. And the music is so good. Columns has such good music. And after that, I love Columns games. I played, you know, later on I played Columns 2. Sakura Wars Columns. Yes, the Sakura Wars Columns came out for the Sega Saturn. That was amazing. Part 2 on the Dreamcast was good too. I own both of the... I think I have almost every Sakura Wars game, so I'm a big fan of it. Big fan of it. But really, we would have to wait until, I would say, like the 16-bit era. Well, I mean, unless you were into Tetris, then... You know, you had a good puzzle game early on. I was never into Tetris. I was never a Tetris guy. I just didn't. I just didn't like it.
Game Boy.
No, I wanted a Game Boy, and I feel like if I had bought a Game Boy,
you probably would.
I would have been a Tetris guy because it would have came with the Game Boy. But my first portable was the Game Gear, and that's why I have such fond memories of Columns, right? Because I think of Columns, I was like, oh man, the graphics, the colors, you know. The sound effects is when you like destroyed like the jewels and made that cool sound.
Yeah.
And it would
like in the casino.
Like it was cool. The sounds were just good. It was good. Man, this theme is also epic. This is the Neo Geo CD version we're listening to. This is Terry's music. I wonder if it's gonna be. Let's go back to, oops, I went too far back. Damn, what the fuck, I went all the way back. Real bout, let's listen to the Neo Geo CD one, because I feel like that might be demonetized. Mega Man 1 or Mega Man 2? 280%, of course. Of course. That's so many people's first Mega Man game, you know what I mean? Like, of course they're gonna go with 2. Alright. One more real bout before we go. Real bout. One more real bout. What is it? Real bout. Golden Sitsu. Dominant Minds, that's a PS1 game. There we go. Real Bout Fatal Fury Special Neo Geo CD. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. I always like this arrangement. I thought I had Sakura Wars Columns. I don't. It's a cheap game, so you'll probably be able to get it decently cheap. It's not an expensive game by any means. You'd probably be able to get it for a decent price. Decent price. Let's see here. Must fix that. Yeah, it's a cheap game. It's cheap game. Not expensive game. But yeah, you definitely gotta get it. Love that game. That game has a great soundtrack too. Sakura Wars Columns. It has excellent music. Saturn puzzle games are pretty cheap. There's so many great Saturn puzzle games too. Man, there's tons of good puzzle games on the Saturn. The Magical Drops. Dude, Magical Drops. Magical Drops also have really good music too. Do you guys like the music in Magical Drop? Man. Magical Drop has, in my opinion, the soundtracks are excellent. I feel like people don't talk about it. Gizmo Games! Are PC Engine puzzle games cheap? Yeah, there's a few puzzle games that are cheap. Panic Bomber on PC Engine is fun. It's fun. Put it on. Magical Drop? Alright. Listen to me. Magical Drop. I feel like Magical Drop soundtrack is good. Let's do Magical Drop 3. Oh, this doesn't have any labels. Magical Drop 3. Is there an original soundtrack? Nope, just rips, huh? Just game rips. Arcade, SNES. Magical Drop 1. Nope. Nope. Magical Drop Wonder Swan. Magical Drop 2 Neo Geo CD. That one might have some good ones. Alright, I guess we'll just do the PS1 Saturn one. They're all the same. I like the music of this game. It's good. For a puzzle game, it's got really good music. PS1 has more puzzle games than anything, second only to racing games. I know, and I have a good number of PS1 puzzle games too. Dude, I have the Twinbee puzzle game. Of course, I have the Tokimeki Memorial one. I have the Psychic Force Puzzle Bobble game. I love that stuff. Love it. So good. But yeah, PC Engine puzzle games. I'm trying to think of puzzle games that are good on the PC Engine. PC Engine has Hatris, which is the original guy who made Tetris wanted to make a new type of Tetris, and they made Hatris. Puzzle Arena Toshinden it's alright. It's okay. It's pretty janky for a puzzle game and terribly unbalanced, but it's a puzzle game. But yeah, it's okay. It's all right. Puzzle Arena Toshinden is definitely not the first puzzle game I would play on the PS1. You know what is a good puzzle game on the PS1 that I feel like a lot of people don't play? Is Mezase Senkyu O. It's otherwise known as Battle Balls. In the arcade in America, we got it as Battle Balls. Battle Balls or Battle Ball? Balls? I think it's Balls. Battle Balls by Seibu Kaihatsu. Good game. Good game. Alright, let's skip this one. This one's a good one too. I'm just playing the tracks that I like. Yeah, but Puzzle Arena Toshidden's... it's okay. It's alright. I actually don't own that one, only because I would only buy it if I can find it for cheap. You know what I mean? Like, if I can find it cheap, I'll get it. But, like, so people are asking for, like, I don't know, like 5,000 yen for this game. I was like, this game is not 5,000 yen. Get the fuck out of here. Whoa, for some reason, something is slowing.
What?
Slow down. I started, like, max headroom. Over there, right here. We started flipping out for some reason. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Let's see here. Puzzle Arena. The Raiden people. Yeah, Raiden people made Mezase. It's called. Let me just write it out. It's called that. Mezase Senkyu O. And the game is fun. It's a fun game. It's a fun puzzler. I'm trying to think what else is good that's a puzzle game on the PS1 that I enjoy. Magical Drop F. It's only on PS1 actually, which is weird. It's the 4th Magical Drop game. It only exists for PS1 though. And I guess the F is double entendre for F for 4 and F for something else. I forgot. Magical Drop 6 exists if anyone wants a Magical Drop game that looks like a Flash game. I know. Puyo Puyo? Yeah, Puyo Puyo. How many Puyo? There's lots of Puyo Puyo on PS1. Puyo Puyo's cool. I really only got into Puyo Puyo 1 and 2, or 2. I do have Puyo Puyo Sun and Puyo Puyon for Dreamcast, I believe. But I really only took Puyo Puyo 1 and Puyo Puyo 2 seriously, and then after that I was like, eh. I stopped playing it for the most part. This is a weird track. Nope. This is another track I really like. Magical Drop has a lot of good songs. Either way, if you like puzzle games, Magical Drop is really easy to get into. I don't know, would you say It's an easy game to play. Do you like Magical Drop, or is it hard for you?
No, I like Magical Drop.
But would you say it's like an easy puzzle game to get into?
If you like puzzle games, then I think it would be easy. But if you don't, then I don't think you get. I really don't think that you get into it.
Either way, I like it.
I like it too.
I like it. Alright, you guys, if you haven't hit the like button on this stream, I would appreciate you hitting the like button. I'm pretty sure all of you did. There's only 12 people in here. But I really appreciate you guys who have stuck around this long for the stream. We're 3 hours in. I think that was all the questions. We're going to do right now, really quick, the game giveaway. So for everyone who wants this, Matthew, for everyone who answered the question this week, you get put into a wheel. Every week we do this, you get put into a wheel. There's enough. So if it lands on you, you get to pick a game from our video game giveaway. We'll reach out to you on whichever platform we can find you on. If you're on our Discord, or if you're on Twitter, or Blue Sky, or any of the Instagram, I can reach out to you there as well. Is YouTube bringing back the messaging?
I heard they are, yeah.
Dude, if YouTube needs to bring back messaging. I think it's so stupid that they remove that. It's so dumb. It's dumb. All right, here. And Matthew says, and not a single derailment. Wow, that is. I know there's so many derailments today. All right, you guys, here we go. This is the list of people. We're gonna shuffle it really quick here.
How many?
A couple times. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go, you guys. Good luck, everybody. Hey Saru has won the video game giveaway. Rig says Gizmo. Hey Saru is a first-time winner.
Yeah.
Too. Very cool. That's awesome.
We will send her a message.
Yep, we'll send Saru a message on Twitch, because I follow her on Twitch. So, very cool. Very cool. Look, I'm on it, says Dump Dragon. Look, Ma! Look, Ma, I'm on TV. But, very cool. We'll reach out to Hey Saru. Remember, next week's question is already pinned up at the top of your chat, so make sure that you click on that. Next week's question is a cool one. We're talking about if you've ever owned or seen a bootleg game back in the retro games. What was it? If you didn't own one, if you've seen one, what was it? Whether it was a multi-cart, one of those Hong Kong bootlegs, you know, the many Chinese, you know, Nintendo, Famicom bootlegs, all of that stuff. Those weird Russian Genesis carts. Have you guys ever seen those? They made things like Rockman X3 that barely works. A bunch of stuff, you know, whether it's that, those Brazilian knockoffs, you know, Mexico knockoffs, whichever one. I'm the gamer says, Gizmo, don't be a sour puss. Don't be a puss. Regs! Gizmo says, lol. Let's see here. Matthew says, or a PS1 CD game you purchased from mail order. Yep, the PS1 bootleg you got from across the pond. That wasn't authentic. Karate Werewolf says, I had one of those Neo Geo 81 carts. I have one too. Socket Monsters gave us one. We have one of those multi-carts as well. I see a panda's stomach. Was it in the shot?
Oh no, plant elbow.
A panda belly. That was, yeah, I'm guessing that was his elbow. Or a Dreamcast CDR that killed your disk drive, says the Pope. I still have my OG Dreamcast, and I played so many CDRs on that, and somehow that fucker still works. I don't understand how. That shit should have died a long time ago. But my OG Dreamcast, which is like sun faded on one side, or not sun faded, it's oxidized, because I had it in the garage where it was hot. And in Las Vegas, you can't put stuff in the garage that oxidizes because the sun will cook it.
Yeah.
And so it's white on two sides because it was in the corner. It's white on two sides and the bottom, but the top is yellowed and two sides are yellow. So it's like I have a perfectly pristine on one side and oxidized yellow on the other because it was in a box. But that fucker still works. Even though I played hundreds of CDRs on that, hundreds, because I used to make like those Dreamcast VCDs for funsies. Do you guys remember when like people were making like VCDs for Dreamcast just for the shits and giggles? Saru's OG Dreamcast optical drive is like, please let me die. Please let me just die. My Dreamcast is on its third PSU and second disk drive. Dang. I don't know how my Dreamcast is still running. I gotta plug it back in. It's been a couple years since I plugged in that. Since I plugged in that OG one. I need to see if it still works. I'm trying to find all the songs I like in Magical Drop. It's time to feed Panda. Yeah, I know. It's time to. We're hungry. All right, you guys. We're gonna go ahead and end it here with this weird music. This reminds me of like a lullaby or something. This is the best track right here. We're going to the club, magical drop style. And I need to replace the battery and do the HDMI mod. I just bought one of those HDMI that you stick in the thing. Works pretty good. I bought one of those Bitfunks ones. And it works. It works. It looks good. I'm able to do the 240p stuff too without any issues with it. So it's pretty good. Panda scissoring. Sorry. Alright, you guys. We're going to go ahead and take off. Buttfunks adapters is the Pope. For everything else, I use my... I have a... What is it called? RetroTink 5X? I have two RetroTink 5Xs. What else? Those are the only things I use to upscale. But for the Dreamcast, I don't have like component cables or anything like that. I have a SCART cable for it, but I can't do the 240p out of it. But I can with the Bitfunks adapter, so I use that. Good night, sleepy heaven time, says Gordos. Pope, you need a testicle. Oh, you need a testicle. You need a resettable fuse. My brain's always on testicles. Wait, Panda. No, don't go, says Undo Gamer. Well, it's a lot of fun. I'll be back next Saturday. Great stream, says Karate Wolf. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the donos. And thank you for being in the #1 spot. #2 spot is Nuff Dragon. And #3 spot is Matthew. When you guys interact in the chat, that's how the chat knows where to put you. I need a what? I don't. Did I read testicles? Bye bye, everyone. Says Sasquatch. Sasquatch, welcome in. Check out Sasquatch in Time. He has a YouTube channel. He uploads stuff. Go watch Sasquatch. Go watch him when he's in the shower.
He's in the shower.
Resettable fuse for the controller ports. Oh, okay. I don't know why I wanted to read that testicle. Just call me #2. Very fitting. I'm having a ball here. It's literal balls. Sasquatch, no, don't go to sleep. Sasquatch, no, don't leave it. Sasquatch, it's nuts. It's nuts. How many more, Pope? Come on, get out of your system. I'm trying to think. I think that's it, right? I don't know. Maybe there's other bally puns. Yay! I do lots of shower vids, says Sasquatch. Go watch him on Only Sasquatches. 1 more hour, says Karate Wolf. I know. This always happens. We're saying goodbye for like 20 minutes.
Our 6th goodbye.
Yep, it's our 6th goodbye. We're doing the Mexican goodbye. It's very typical. We grow up like this, and then we hated it. We hated it as kids, but I feel like we do it as adults now. Don't we do it as adults?
I know. I leave.
I know, but like I feel like as adults, we do it now. Like look like we like in Mexico, right? Like, all right, we're leaving, and like we were talking outside for like an hour and a half.
I know.
I thought we were leaving. Yeah. That's funny. Egg roll and dumplings. Dude, Chinese food sounds so good.
I'm hungry.
I know. We can't get any Chinese food this time. It's too late.
We gotta go to Chinatown.
I want Chinese food. You know that it's true. chicken fried rice, or how does it go?
I don't know.
Mugu guy pan. And then the guy comes out and he's like, yeah, I got yourself some motherfucking fried rice or something. He starts rapping something. He's like, yeah, Mugu guy pan, motherfuckers. No, leaving us high and dry. Lights are coming on. Bar is closed, says Gizmo. I know, last call. But do you know what I'm talking about? Thanksgiving happened. They did a Thanksgiving one too. Mexican goodbyes are the best. Much chatting and chatting, says Ando Gamer. Alright. We're going to go ahead and take off. Thanks everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. We will be back next Saturday. But if you are not following me on Twitch, my Twitch channel is SaruMaruVG. So twitch.tv/SaruMaruVG. We stream there 3 times a week, every week. At least 2. But for the most part, it's 3. Thank you, Matthew is on it. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that.
Probably tomorrow I'm going to be playing
He's going to continue his Symphony of the Night stream. He's already done a couple Symphony of the Night streams. He's going to play that every week until he finishes it. So tomorrow he's going to continue Symphony of the Night. I will be back. Wait, tomorrow's what? Monday?
Tomorrow's Sunday.
Oh, so he'll be back tomorrow on Twitch playing Symphony of the Night. I will be back Monday with Sega Mega Mondays.
Monday.
He might start it off.
Yeah, I might start it off.
And then I'll come after work because I work on Mondays. So he'll start it. What time tomorrow?
I believe around like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 tomorrow. He's going to continue Symphony of the Night on Twitch.
PST.
And then Monday, he's going to start it off on Monday around 6:30, 6:37? Like 6:37. Yeah. On Monday. He's going to start it off playing some Sega stuff. And then I will come, as soon as I get upstairs from work, when I get home, I'll continue it. And then we have either Wednesday or Thursday later on that week. And Friday, every Friday, we do PC Engine Fridays. Karate Werewolf. If you're a big PC Engine guy, make sure to join us on Fridays. I play PC. I've been playing PC Engine. We've done hundreds of PC Engine streams. Hundreds where we play PC Engine. I am on vacation all next week, so all night Pandathons as well.
Awesome.
Nice. Are you really? Man, that's cool. Yeah, so Panda will be playing. Evening time Panda plays. Pacific PST. I'm gonna come. Says Gizmo. Let's see here. What time do you start Friday? Friday we start at 8:30. Same time we started here. 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Every Friday on Twitch. And it's always PC Engine Friday. And I almost never miss it. Unless I'm in Japan. Or I'm like sick. Because PC Engine Fridays is the one stream that I almost never miss. Unless some shit goes down.
We do Player's Choice too.
Yeah, and we do Player's Choice where we let people use their channel points. It's 400 channel points and people can pick a game. And I will play that game for 15 minutes. Sometimes people will queue up a bunch of games. And I just go 15 minutes each game. Sometimes longer depending if there's no games in the queue. I'll play it until we get to the next game in the queue. But every Friday we do Player's Choice. Lately we've been starting off with our game, the Nyanja. Because we're doing like bug testing in the beginning of the stream. For like half an hour to an hour. And then we start doing Player's Choice. And we usually stream on Fridays for like 3 or 4 hours every Friday. Mark G, welcome in. Mark G, who just came back from Japan. Welcome.
Mark G's here.
Mark G. I know. Yep, Mark G is here. We got to talk about Japan for hours. Which I could do. I love talking about Japan. But welcome in, Mark G. We're about to end it here, but thank you for stopping in. We will be back here next Saturday, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time next Saturday as well. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead. No, we don't. This is Mark G. All right, you guys, thanks everyone for being here. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Monkey engine, ooh yeah, but